welcome back everyone, welcome back to another week, another edition here of the PiGosaur Cup, PiGosaur Cup number 90. I'm of course just VIP with you, enjoyed by these amazing players and by the boom chats as well. Welcome one and all to a weekly open cup, to the PiGosaur Cup. We have any else, we're jumping into our first series, we're jumping into our best of 3 and spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Talkamac. We have the South Korean Terran player, we have the red Terran, it is Bunny. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the blue Protoss. So blue Protoss, the South Korean Protoss representing Team 1, it is herO. Let's go. Let us go. If you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we delve into our initial best of 3 TVP. Let's go. Exclamation RP again. We are in the quarterfinals currently. We did go live a little bit late on purpose. So we went live coming into the quarterfinals, followed by the semis, followed by the grand finals as well. We have our TVP and we're opening up with a proxy. Now, if you've been watching TVP as of late in the current meta, it's all about early game aggression. Early game aggression here. So herO, he is going to be going for the proxy gate across the map. If you're curious, why are we on Talkamac? Talkamac is from like what, 1-2 seasons ago. The players did agree to play on one of the older maps themselves. I would not be surprised if herO has no practice on the new patch and he's like, can we play on the map that I know? And herO's like, you know what, young, okay, we'll play on a map that you know. And they agreed to play on Talkamac. But little does Bunny know that, again, we're opening up with a proxy gate. Now, again, this proxy gate play is very, very common in the current meta, just because gateways and aggression from Protoss is coming online a lot faster, and early game Terran defense is much more difficult to pull off. As a result, we have been seeing a lot of shorter games, and a lot of Terran players struggle in early game defense. Not always, but again, the struggle is there. It's going to be up to Bunny to tighten up and to shut this down. We'll see if he can. Oh boy. We'll see if he can, as we do have our initial zealots moving in. Okay, they move in, they will zone away. Behind us, we do see a cancellation. We need a bunker on the high ground. Bunker is now going to be on the way. Getting a late reaction here from Bunny. It's a later reaction. SCVs are going to be swiped away out. The bunker is still not yet done, and a Stalker is in production. Another Marine! Oh, the Marine takes a lot of hits, takes a lot of damage, and oh, the Marine does go down. Go down to 1 Reaper. SCV is going to be falling, as Zealots are happy to trade. They're going to get surrounded, but again, they will trade against the SCVs. Yeah, they will trade. Again, very nice pickups here from herO, catching out 9 SCVs. Ay. 9 workers go down. Bunny is down to 10 SCVs himself, down to half the working on he just once was. And here he expands at the unnatural. Natural, the eBay block did force a bit of an awkward expansion. GG gets called, too many losses, and herO takes game number 1. GG. GG, well played. Here he will take a lead in the series again. We spoke about it coming into this game, but early game defense is much more difficult for Terran, or I should say early game aggression is popular at the moment in PvT, going for proxies, going for shenanigans, and alas, Bunny, he does struggle to defend, struggle to realize what's going on, and again, he lost the first Marine far too quickly, losing the first Marine, and then was unable to finish the bunker. Unable to finish, to fight for it, he had to pull the boys, he lost so many SCVs, and with that, it all just snowballed out of control. And now we're loading into game number 2. Did I even get a chance to open up the predictions? Did I? We did. Okay. Predictions did open. I wasn't too sure just because the game was so fast. And I'm expecting another short one here as we're going to be loading into Ley Lines for game number 2. Jesus, we're going old school, pappy. Going old school. No. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ley Lines, we have the red Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran. Oh, we have the South Korean Terran himself. It is a Bunny. Let's go. Down to the series, and spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player. We have the South Korean Protoss leading the series 1-0. It is herO for T1. So we are keeping it old school here, incorporating some much older maps. Game 1 was talking about game 2 on Ley Lines. Again, these maps are typically a little bit larger. They're typically a little bit easier to defend. They have a very different kind of dynamic to them. Very different. Much more secure, much easier to defend. And we'll see if Bunny can maintain himself. We'll see how herO will approach things. I will say that the new map pool is a lot more aggressive for the most part. I mean, again, I'm shocked that Rorschach and Rainfall made it through. Like, I'm still shocked that that happened. Like, that's crazy. I will say the new map was a little bit more extreme. A little bit more extreme. I think the closest to this that we have in the new map was maybe Sanctuary 3, but even then, like, it has low ground expansions. Here, everything's on the high ground, everything's much more safe, much more secure. Like, we don't really have maps like this in the current TLMC map pool that don't quite exist in the same way. Regardless, we have our first gateway back at home. Our first gate is back at home. We're going for the gate into Cybercore as we do move out across the map. Just checking to see if there was maybe some confusion on the challenge page. I was there last week as well. I should recognize. Yeah, so now again we are going to be opening up. Going to be calming things down. From your economic government, racks expand out of bunny. Likewise, here he does pull away. And this time we do have a much more standard opener as well. You know, no proxies, no shenanigans. Now we can calm things down a little bit. I say a little bit as hero's probe is still being active, so eyes are still on hero. The cybercore is done, but there's no proxy pylon, there's no proxy stargate, for example, anything like that. We're just easing our way into our early game. As the Reaper moves out, the probe can go back in to get a rescout to confirm the setup, to confirm the timing of the CC, and the follow-up. Now, is it a 3 CC 3 racks? Is it a 2-1-1, a 3 rack stim timing, a 1-1-1? Hero breaks in, and he will see the Marine. Yeah, that's what the Marine pulls away. Oh, we'll go down. Probe does get some permanent damage, at least on the Marine, but outside of that does fall. Now we can settle down. From here, we're soon going to see our tech of choice, whether we go Twilight Council, Robo, or Stargate. So looking with the tech here from Hero. Oh, 3 gates. We spoke about early game aggression. The early game aggression continues. Not a proxy, but a 3-gate setup here is hyper aggressive. The goal here is to warp in, to reinforce, and to break that low ground. This has become a very common build. I mean, so far, Game 1 and Game 2 have been very quote-unquote I don't know if I want to call them standard, but they're just very common builds that we've been seeing nowadays from players like herO, Classic, Kazaun, MaxPax. It's been a lot more common, and yeah, we'll see if Bunny can keep up with the aggression. Oh boy. Again, I think this might be the first time that Bunny's playing on the new patch. Like, Bunny's been very inactive. There's a proxy pylon. Here comes the aggression. Yo, herO, you don't want to hold back for your boy? Again, Bunny and herO are good friends. Good friends, and yeah, here he's not holding back. Let's go. The proxy pylon is now done. Now we can warp in across the map, waiting for warp gate to finish and the warp gates to come online. So here has to wait a little bit longer here for that, as gateways are warping in. Robo's halfway done, and here come the warp ins. Here comes herO. Now to defend, what do we have to hold on here? We have 1 Hellion, we have 4 Marines, and a bunker. The boys can be pulled, of course, to repair. As I say that, Stalkers, they do step by. Yeah, they step last. 1 Stalker getting very low. But mining is denied. And can we even force a lift? As warp-ins, they should be continuing. Here, he will supply blocked. Yeah, here will supply blocked, so there was no secondary warp-in. We have a 3rd base instead. Here it does force a lift. Oof. Bonnie stuck on a 1-base economy. He's stuck on 1 base, Pappy. Tank will be able to turn this away. And there's a recall. Bonnie, he won't kill a Stalker. Recalls in time. That was a recall back home. Behind this, we have our Twilight Council follow-up in towards Charge or into Blink. And again, here he may not have dealt any critical damage, but he has contained and he has slowed Bunny down quite significantly. And here's just getting further ahead. We have the tech of choice here. It's going to be Charge, not Blink. Going to Charge. Ooh, Raven gets caught out. Yeah, the Raven is caught. Catching more of these units. Alien goes down. No. No. And from here, we're taking him into Storm. We have our splash damage. Here, getting to a splash damage choice. Archive, Storm, Bunny being active just to get a little bit of information, and he might even get spotted. Get spotted by the Observer. I mean, they spot each other. Oh, never mind. They do spot each other. Here is distracted, but there's no backstab, right? There's no backstab or counterattack. Bunny's main army is coming to reinforce, but he will lose his Marines. Yeah, losing all 4 Marines. Stim is about to finish. Bunny's pushing through the center. What do we have? So Bunny's got 2 tanks, 6 Marauders. He has 1, 2 Winter Mines now on the way as well. It is a pretty hefty army, and herO doesn't see this coming. No, sorry, he does. Now he does. Yeah, the boys! Yeah, the boys are being pulled. Bunny's 2 base all in. It's all or nothing here for Bunny. The boys are being pulled. Meanwhile, herO, he has a high ground advantage. Bunny rotates to the right-hand side. herO, he will miss this rotation. Yeah, late reaction, late response. Tanks are sieging. Getting 1, 2 tanks within range. Storm is not done. Oh, yeah, Storm is not done. Zealots do collapse in, getting into the Marines. SCVs are a little bit late. Yeah, the SCVs now trickling in. Mine shots, they will connect. Massive mine connections, and Bunny, he's getting on top. He's getting on top of the army. Takes down the Immortals. Heavy losses for herO, losing so many Stalkers. Yes, herO killed all the SCVs, but the main army is still standing strong. herO needs time. herO, he needs more warp ins. There's the NG overcharge. Tank is within range. Oh, herO collapsing in. He's trying to get on top of the tanks. He's trying. We have a couple of Zealots trickling in. He will get 1 tank. 1 tank goes down, but only 1. In the end, Bunny has done it. Bunny has done it. He has broken the main army. He's stimming on in. Again, herO, he wasn't able to engage at the ramp where he wanted to. He missed the rotation. Bunny got in. And with that, Bunny, he will eviscerate the mineral line. Boys are being pulled. Desperation out of herO. Here he does come in from behind. He does take down the tank at least. But the bio army is just too strong. It's just too large. So too much bio. Takes down the Immortal. Kites back into the mines. Now, technically, herO still has the better economy. And if he can buy a little bit more time, then maybe. The mine shots. Ooh. Disconnect. Mortal comes in. There's 1 more mine. Oh no! Oh my god, going off of the Immortal actually. It does go off of the Immortal. We do have some extra warp ins here. Guardian Shield is activated. We have that Guardian Shield. Marines are getting low. Bunny, he's muling, is making more SCVs. Bunny, he can macro out of this. herO can as well. Okay, so here he barely survives the all-in. Bunny pulls away. Now Bunny did kill how many probes? 17. He killed 17 probes, and now we're coming for the second wave. I was about to say that Bunny could just back off and get a third, or could try to macro out of this, but no. Bunny, he just pulls the boys for a second time. Bunny, he was making SCVs throughout that, so he's ready for a second boy pull. And this should be too much. As Bunny's the second wave of SCVs. We do have a lot of sentries. Force fields have potential to slice up the army. Show us some force fields. Yeah, he looks down the army. Zealots, they charge in. They collapse in on the Marauders. Ooh. Even lock in some of that friendly fire. And wow, hero's done it. Again, those force shields were brutal. He locks in the army, cleans up the SCVs and half the bio force. And with that, Bunny, I mean, he was close, but GG. The all-in has failed. GG gets called, and herO, he will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the semi-finals. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Congratulations, herO. Again, he was down and out. The all-in was succeeding. Bunny had a crazy, he was having a crazy performance, breaking through the main army, breaking through the economy as well. But alas, was not enough. In the end, GG, well played. Bunny barely didn't have enough. Actually, they're bantering a little bit, so I'm going to try to translate some of that. Going to try to translate some of the banter here. Let's see. See, what did they say? Because I think this was Bunny's first time playing on the new patch. Bunny, he's like, what a waste. Lol. hero's like, that was hard. And then Bunny said, then they're laughing at each other. And Bunny's like, ah, this is tough. The game is interesting right now. GG. GG. But yeah, I believe that was the first time that Bunny was playing on the new patch. With that, GG. GG well played. With that, we are getting into our next series. Yes, we are. Okay, we're heading over to the Americas server because we already have our next matchup. Let's go. Let us go. So congratulations, herO. He will claim the series. Exclamation mark B in the chat to have a look back yourselves. Here we go. So the upper bracket is taking a little bit longer. We have Clem versus Mixu. They've been playing a lot recently. It looks like Nickrak did forfeit against Mixu. Oh, so Nickrak did forfeit. Clem versus Mixu in the upper portion of the bracket. We have Björn. He's up against Maxim, leading into Cure, into a TVT potentially. Meanwhile, we have our lower semis. herO versus MaxPax is going to be our next series. Vetoes are currently underway. So Vitas are underway, and once Vitas are done, we will have our PvP between herO and MaxPax. Bearing in mind that for PiGosaur Cup, their unique feature is of course best of fives, best of five semifinals. It's going to be best of five finals, sorry, semifinals. So it's going to be a bit of a longer back and forth. Because it's a little bit longer, ideally by the time that herO and MaxPax wrap up, we might be able to get into the upper semis as well. Then we can go lower semis, upper semis, finals. That would be the hope, but we'll see. We shall see. Every second that passes helps herO catch back up. Yeah, that's what we were saying. Again, because herO had the better economy, like he was able to squeeze out extra warp-ins. Bunny was very close to breaking herO. He had crippled the economy. He was breaking the main army as well. herO was having a very difficult time holding. He even said it himself afterwards that like he was basically dead. But Bunny barely didn't have enough, just barely. For that though, we're gonna be going on a short break. And we'll see you guys soon after the break. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to the PiGosaur Cup number 90, the semi-finals or semi-finales, papi. We are back. We just wrapped up the quarterfinals. herO taking down Bunny in said quarterfinals in a very fast and very intense back and forth best of 3. But now we're here in the semis in a best of 5 instead. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Fear and Faith, we have the Danish Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Storm Gaming. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Protoss player, the South Korean Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And you know what time it is? It is Gamba time. It's Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we delve into our initial best of 5. Now, coming into this here, it's going to be an interesting dynamic. I will say that when it comes to PvP over the past almost 2 years now, MaxPax has been struggling. A year and a half. The last year and a half, MaxPax has been struggling. There was a time, there was a big period in StarCraft, a couple of years actually, where MaxPax had the best PvP in the world. Not anymore. The reason for this is because over the past year and a half, we have had a bunch of patches that have been increasing aggression and increasing intensity in PvP, and it has been more and more difficult for MaxPax to actually get into the early to mid game, just because MaxPax is known for cutting corners, and now it's been harder and harder to cut those corners. And I would say it's even more so now, especially with the now new pylon. In PvP, aggression is even more favored than previously, but now they're bam, gate expand, hyper greed out of here. This is what's scary out of from herO, and this is why herO has the best PvP in the world, is that he is willing to mix in hyper aggression, all-ins, or hyper greed like this, and it can be very difficult to read. MaxPax goes for his own gate expand into Cybercore. We do see herO going for the faster expansion, MaxPax going for it a little bit later here, but a bit of a safer setup with the high ground gateway. herO taking a bigger risk with the low ground setup instead. With this, herO will have a slight edge over MaxPax, but both players are building up economically, which means we might even enter Phoenix Wars as both players scout each other. I mean, herO is the first to scout MaxPax. MaxPax does scout herO immediately as well. Close by air, close by ground. We have close spawn locations here. Temptation to go into a Stargate is there for sure. So do we go Stargate? Do we go Twilight Council? We are currently waiting for a tech of choice. Waiting for a tech. Where are we going? But now there it is. Again, the temptation was there. Stargate opener out of MaxPax. Twilight Council out of herO. Ooh, okay, that is a bold move. Now with the Stargate opener, this is going to be for Oracle. It's going to be an Oracle-based opener to harass into the bases. herO, he is currently... Oh, no, sorry. He is aware. He did scout. So herO, he knows. We should be seeing a battery in the main base and a couple of stalkers as well. This will mean that herO will have a bigger power spike when Blink kicks in, assuming that herO doesn't... Oh. Interesting. That's a late reaction. That's a late response. I mean, the Twilight Council was scouted early on, so this is going to be a fake out from herO, going for the fake out, canceling the tech and going for the Stargate instead. The problem here, if herO plans on going for a Phoenix to shut down the Oracle, is that because the Stargate is so delayed, I mean, the Oracle is going to get in. The Oracle's still going to get in. The Oracle's still going to get damage done. We'll see. We'll see if herO can minimize losses and make this worth it. He just has to make sure this first Oracle does not get out of hand. Can he, though? Can he make sure? So now we are going to be poking in. Trying to poke in, at least. Here he has control of the high ground. Oracle towards the main base. Back in the main, there is one battery. And Phoenix is just out of play, just in time. The timing. Just now pops out, it does recall in time, and no hull damage. Yeah, no hull damage. The Oracle does recall. We do have a second Oracle on the way, so MaxPax is doubling down. He's not done. And he's switching into ground toss. So Gate, Robo, Forge, +1, Immortal Production. Going for a big ground switch. The Oracles, they rotate over towards the main. Now what's important is that 2 Oracles will out DPS the healing of a shield battery. So 1 battery is fine to defend against singular Oracles, but double Oracle, that's when you need more than just a battery, you need an army in position. So for now, herO is being defensive. We do see that MaxPax does hide his Oracles. Does keep them hidden. Hero scouting around the edge. No scouts. Phoenixes are revealed. They catch out one, they catch out two adepts. I mean, nice efficient trades here from herO. Behind this hero, he's going for a +1 himself, actually. Interesting. Wait, was I just reading the wrong player? I saw like Forge and Robo, but sorry, that was from herO, which makes more sense. Going for the Forge, going for the Robo. It was actually MaxPax going for Gateways and going for Blink instead, going for a Twilight Council, so my apologies. I think I was looking at the production buildings, but I was looking at the production tab up top, and I was just looking at hero's production. So, my apologies. This makes more sense. It's going to be Phoenix into Immortal production out of herO. MaxPax going into a more mobile Blink Stalker composition instead. We are not embracing Skytoss, of course. But my apologies. I was looking at the wrong production tab. Unless I wasn't, and here at MaxPax cancelled, which I don't think was the case. As here he attempts to expand and is going to be denied. There's no saving this. Big cancellation. Here is out of position. You can see here trying to flirt with this, but yeah, no shot. He cannot hold on. He cannot hold. Now he is building up to 2 immortals. This will make up for the lack of stalkers. Is the heavier immortal count. Charge will help as well. Hero supply blocked. Ooh. Yeah, brutal supply block for herO. MaxPax flirting with the idea of pushing in. Does have a lot of stalkers. Blink is not done. Yep, Blink is done. One of the immortals, the shields has been activated. We can see here he has to pull away. Yep, pulls back. Good call. Yeah, herO pulls away at the same time. Oracles, they did bust into the main base, distracting the Phoenixes. Oh, who catches who? Yeah, herO does overextend. Nice catch from MaxPax. MaxPax has more momentum. The supply blocked also down the 3rd immortal and the 4th immortal of herO. So the immortals are late. And MaxPax trying to move in. Trying to. Once again picking forward. Does go for the lift. And will kill 1 immortal. And nice pick up. Takes down 1. Phoenix is once again out of position. Ooh, stage trap goes off. And MaxPax is maintaining this position. He's diving in. He's just picking herO apart. Catching out another immortal. Yeah, 2nd immortal goes down. There's just no buffer for herO. And hero's being outscaled. At this point, he's just being outscaled. Playing this kind of style for herO, you have to build up those immortals. And to lose 1 and 2 immortals already, like, that's just game. Like, that is game. You cannot lose that many immortals this early on. Stasis Trap does run out. But herO, he's lost the backbone of his army. Down to 1 immortal. Oh god. The stasis traps. They just keep popping up, Pappy. It's 2024 all over again. True. Jesus. Yeah, immortal goes down. Catching out the immortals as they try to commit in. Once again, they're just getting picked up. And MaxPax is just snowballing out of control. Snowballing out of control, pushing on forward, catching out all the zealots, moving further in. Again, here to bleed out immortal after immortal after immortal. Just losses that you cannot afford with this kind of style. That's the one thing keeping herO in these games. And with that, MaxPax cleans up the final army here, getting into the Nexus. At the same time here, he does get into the mineral lines. Zealots, they bust in. Probes are going to be going down. This is nice economic damage, but the reality is that the main army cannot be stopped. Right? The main army cannot be stopped. As MaxPax is pushing further in. 15 probes going to be going down. Oh, is that me? Oh, it is. Yeah, it is me here, as I will quickly leave the game. But yeah, with that, MaxPax is pushing into the bases. He's breaking on through, and most likely will take the game here. The game might continue a little bit longer as hero's harassing. I do apologize, but randomly I had a big power spike in game. I do not want to inconvenience the players, so yeah. Oof. We'll see how they do pan out. But yeah. I don't know what it was, but I suddenly spiked up to like 1,000 ping on the US West server. So Smudge. Hopefully it clears up and hopefully it does not impact the rest of the series. Just in case, I'm going to very quickly open up my VPN. Very quickly. I'll get it ready. Usually I only need my VPN for the Korean server, but you know, the Blizzard servers have been a little bit unstable as of late. A little bit. But here we go. Here we go. We're getting into game number 2 as spawning in the bottom hand corner of the Old Sun Temple. We have the Danish Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Sidestorm Gaming, leading the series 1-0. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom hand corner, we have the red Protoss player representing T1 from South Korea. It is herO. Let's go. Let us go. Basically, after we left the game lasted a couple of extra seconds, and then herO tapped out. But herO did tap out as well. So with that, MaxPax is up 1-0. And again, winding it back, how did this all transpire? Well, we saw that MaxPax went for a Stargate opener. herO responded with a delayed Stargate opener. He did keep up with the Oracle, but the follow-up was the most important thing. herO, his follow-up was Forge and Robo, which is a very slow kind of follow-up. It builds up a heavier immortal count, and you're just defensive. Oh, as this time it's not me. So it might just be the server itself is dying. Because like I was lagging out last game and now Pacheco's struggling. I can see my ping spiking. Pacheco. But I could see my ping spiking a little bit as well. Like even now, like I'm getting it to, you can't see it top left because it's so small. But I'm like suddenly up to 500 ping. What the hell? Yo, the American server is struggling. But again, hopefully it clears up for Pacheco and for everyone involved as well. Hopefully it clears up as we are settling into our game. Again, here we're going for a 2-gate opener this time. MaxPax going for a gate expand. But once again, winding it back when it comes to the dynamic, because herO was going for a heavy immortal count, you are heavily reliant on building up and saving and preserving those immortals. Like those like that's the whole point of the build, is that you have those immortals and they're the lifeblood of the Protoss in that kind of game state. So for herO to lose 2 immortals as quickly as he did, like that was game, right? That was game then and there. Like you cannot lose those immortals. They're so crucial to trying to build up into a longer game in that kind of style. And herO, he was pulled apart. It was pulled apart. From here, again, herO is going to be more of the aggressor. By going for the 2-gate opener, MaxPax has a very fast expansion. herO does not, but we do have close spawns. Once again, close spawns here on the Old Sun Temple. Close spawns. It could be the American networking. Hard to tell if it's happening to everyone. Yeah, for sure. It's hard to know if it's a server, if it's the routing, if it's the... hard to say. Another. Yeah, but now here he is being active behind this 3rd gateway. 1 base all in. So 1 base all in at the herO. This probe survived. The goal here is ooh, Hallucination does spot the positioning of the probe, and the goal should be to get a pylon up, but here he has to move around a little bit. We have to get that pylon going. Now remember, on the latest patch, you can go for fast warp ins with the pylon being by itself. You do not need a gateway. Don't need a gateway for fast warp ins, so pylon on its own is terrifying. That's what we need to reinforce. Here it does poke in. Pylon is now finishing. And the warp gates are coming online. Yeah, warp gate just now finishing. He's getting those warp gates up, and MaxPax throws down a field of batteries here to survive, to defend. He's trying to hold on. Oh, and the first pylon is going to fall. Yeah, depowers the battery. Nice force fields looking down one of the stalkers, but he still does get a sentry. Yeah, sentry goes down. There is a backup pylon on the way. It's just 1 pylon. It's just the 1 pylon. Oh my god. Catching another sentry, down to one stalker left, and here he's warping in 3 stalkers at a time. He is overwhelming. We have 3 more stalkers on the way here from MaxPax. They're coming. Here does have a sentry. Pilot did survive. That's 4 batteries now for MaxPax, getting a 5th battery. And MaxPax, he has to be careful. If he does go past this position here, then there can be force fields. There it is. Yeah, locks him in. Gets 1, gets 2 stalkers. Heavy pickups here at MaxPax. You're extended. Again, the Sim City working against MaxPax. There's more force fields. Like again, not out. Yeah, MaxPax, he pulls away. Here moves in. He does move in, and he does catch out the stalker, and in the end, Hero's done it. He has done it. He has too much burst damage. Too much burst damage. The batteries mean nothing. Takes down both the stalkers. GG gets called, and Hero Snowball's out of control. We're tied up 1-1. GG. Whew. And GG, well played. We're tied up 1-1 here. Again, a Hero, he went for the 1 base all in. He committed it across the map, and I have disconnected from BattleNet. Un momento. Un momento here. Hopefully I can get into game number 3. But I have to restart my client. Oh, and hopefully I can get in. Hopefully. But I mentioned earlier that there was some issues in game, and it looks like I did DC from BattleNet. Actually disconnected while we were in game. And now we're gonna get in. And hopefully they're still in lobby. Feels Blizzard, man. No. Yeah. Feels bad, man. So we missed them by a couple of seconds. But it looks like MaxPax and Hero, they did begin at game 3 without us. So we're going to be locked out of game 3, and we'll wait for game 4 to find out who takes the lead in the series. But yeah, the Blizzard servers have been very shaky today. Where we disconnected game 1, Bacheka disconnected game 2, and then midway game 3 we DC'd from BattleNet, so we had to restart our client. By the time we did, they already jumped in the game. So we're going to be going in a break. Here. When we come back, we'll have game 4 of Hero versus MaxPax. Unfortunately, we won't get to see who takes the lead. Yeah, what can we do? What can we do? So we'll see you soon after the break. See you soon. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Whew, I do apologize for that break. Again, unfortunately, we were not able to get into game 3 of this series, but we're here for game number 4 at least. And spawning in the right-hand corner of BlackRock, we do have the Danish Protoss player leading the series 2-1 in the Best of 5, representing Sidestorm Gaming. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom hand corner, switching to Terran, we have the South Korean Terran player, used to be Protoss, now switching to the main race. Pappy True, representing T1, it is herO. Let's go. Let us go. We're jumping into game number 4 here. And for those that are maybe unaware, herO, he is 6k with his Terran. He has competed as Terran before, and he has beaten top Protosses with his Terran before as well. Not in a full series, but he has kind of like played Terran against MaxPax and beaten him in the past month. No, like 2 months. Yeah, 2 months. Like just before the PTR went live, like we saw that here he was mixing in some Terran every now and then, and he was having some success with it. So again, hero's Terran is actually pretty good. It's not amazing, like it's not like Clem level or Cure level, but you know, it's up there. He's got some builds, and we'll see what kind of build he whips out here as we're opening up double gas. So double gas opener out of herO, going for a faster factory, going for a delayed CC. Let's go. Let us go. So again, herO whipping out his Terran once again. Again, it's been a while. I think it's the first time that we're seeing herO play Terran on the current patch. Yes, yeah, on the current patch. So again, we'll see if the Terran copium is based in reality. Let's go. From here, it is going to be again that racks in the factory. From here, we can turn this way 1-1-1 into 1 base all in, or we can otherwise expand. But the factory is really far away, so there's no potential for add-on swaps or anything like that. Curious. See you, chat. Here's on Terran. Yeah, as we mentioned here, he does play Terran against Protoss every now and then. He does mix it up. He has defeated MaxPax with Terran before, but when he's done that, that was pre-patch. That was before the PTR. So like again, like a month ago, 2 months ago, ish. Here we go. Here we go. Zero pokes in, pulls away. It is going to be a Twilight Council opener out of MaxPax. Opening up Council into Blink. herO going for the 1-1-1. It's looking like a 1 base all in. Yeah, looking like the all in. We'll see if herO can pull this off. MaxPax does poke in. Oh, so herO does hold the line. I mean, I say that. No, yeah, we're going for a delayed CC. Because the CC is so late, there's a lot of pressure on herO to get some more damage done. He will catch the Adepts. Okay, very nice catch. Adept goes down. Mind Drop is coming. And there's a lot of pressure on herO to get some economic damage done with this because his own CC is so delayed. So we'll see if we can pull this off. What happened in game 3? No idea. That's a good question. That's a good question in the chat. If anyone knows, let us know. I just know that MaxPax won the game. And it was a PvP. And MaxPax won the game. And it was like 7 minutes long. It was a 7-minute game. So we go, Hellion does try to rush in. The Reaper distracting the main base. Wouldn't mind drop into the natural. MaxPax, he should pull away in time, and he does. It does pull away. So far losing only 2 probes. Only 2 workers here. He will pick up. He will back up at the same time. Reaper in the main base was also cleaned up as well. 3 probe kills. This is okay damage, but we do need more than this. Do need more. Game 3, both when Oracle, MaxPax killed more probes, then killed all hero stalkers on a counterattack. No GG. There you go. All I know is it was a relatively fast game, but looks like they maybe had some mirrored openers or relatively mirrored openers. Mine drop back into the main base. Boys being pulled. Ooh, herO late to borrow one of those mines. Missed control out of herO. Nice blink. And this mine drop was not ideal. Typically, this would be fine in a standard mine drop, but remember, this was a 1-1-1 before CC, so this was more committed. As MaxPax is finishing up his proxy pylon. We spoke about this in the previous game, how these proxy pylons are even more terrifying as we have a 3-gate setup. Yeah, 3-gate setup. Blink is done. Proxy pylon is complete as well. MaxPax is moving in. And can MaxPax break on through? There's no safety bunker. Yeah, no safety bunker. Tank's the tank shot. He dives in. Tank is going to go down. And here is going to be overwhelmed. And he's going to be overwhelmed here. Greedy play, not having that safety bunker. Not respecting the threat of Blink Stalkers. And with that, MaxPax he overwhelms. He does overwhelm the army. It takes down all the SCVs. Pushing into the main base, diving on that final tank, tanked it on siege. And this is too much. This is getting out of hand here. There's one more tank on the way, but we might just snipe it down. MaxPax blinking out. Oh, he wants it. He wants the tank. Ah, he's gonna get it. One more volley. Tank goes down. And hero's falling apart here. Again, he had to do more economic damage earlier. We do see here he does get across the map with some Raven harass, trying to get some damage, but alas, he's losing too many SCVs. The boys, papi, the boys are going down. Too many losses here. Again, the opener just fell in his face, and here he was not ready for just the brutality of this counterattack, which, to be fair, does hit harder. I did just mention this is the first time we're seeing herO play Terran on this patch, and aggression is more intense here from Protoss due to the proxy pylon, due to the warp-ins, due to how quickly everything arrives. So the idea of skipping some corner or cutting corners and skipping the bunker and being a little bit more lax in the defense gets punished even harder. It is punished. With that, herO just going for one final Hail Mary play. Liberator's moving out. The freedom back. Doing what he can. But there's only so much it can do. Only so much. There's already a couple of Stalkers defensively. Liberator does move in. We'll siege. And we'll kill some probes. Late reaction. Late reaction to MaxPax. Stalkers, they try to respond. herO breaking out. Stim is not done. Yeah, still no stim. So diving on the army is not really an option here for herO. As he picks forward. Game 3 was proxy target versus in-base target. Ah, I see, I see. I see. And here I would say he should pull the boys, but there's no boys to pull. There's what can he do, papi? There's no boys to pull. He's all in. Marines, they push forward. We got 2 tanks, and we're sub-stepping forward. Nice blink control. Nice blinks. Ooh, dodge the armor shred. Yeah, the armor does not shred. Tanks do siege up, but there's not really much buffer for the tanks. Remember, these are vanilla Marines. And MaxPax coming in from behind. Trying to catch reinforcements. herO's gaining ground. He gets into the mineral line. Okay. Gets into the third. MaxPax dives in. Gets one. Yeah, one tank goes down. Going for the other as well. Second tank will also fall. Massive pickoffs. Yeah, catching up both tanks. Ooh. A lot of Stalker losses though for MaxPax. And there is one more tank left over. herO takes down the third base. Moving in. Final tank falls. Now we have pure Marine, vanilla Marines, no stim, no combat shield. They start to step in. herO, can he do it? Can he pull it off? He will break through the Zealots. He breaks through the Zealots, but there are still many Stalkers left over. What, 6, 7 Stalkers? And Stalkers, they just have their way with this army. Yeah, they have their way with this army. They pick away the Marines. We're running out of Bio, running out of Marines here. It was a good effort by herO. I mean, the all-in did surprising amount of damage, but not enough. Not good enough here. The all-in is shut down. MaxPax still has 3 bases. MaxPax still up in workers as well, and up in tech. MaxPax, he has blink, he has charge, he has the warp prism, he reinforces across the map, diving on more tanks, catching more reinforcements. Tank goes down. Gets one, going for the other. Bad. And again, imagine this all in if herO didn't lose so many SCVs earlier. Like, if the original Stalker aggression didn't get as much as it did, GG. And with that, MaxPax will claim the series 3-1. He'll advance on to the grand finals. GG. Whew. And GG, well played. With that, MaxPax, he will claim the series. Again, a herO who was forced into the all-in. He had no follow-up, but again, it was the lead-up to the all-in, which was a struggle for herO. He had no safety bunker. He had a lax defense when it came to defending against the Stalker counterattack, and the Stalker counterattack hit faster and hit harder than normal because of the new warp-in. Because of the new warp-in mechanic, MaxPax was able to hit very, very quickly, and herO was caught with his pants down, and with that, he just fell apart. He fell apart there. This is why I question how much experience herO has with Terran on this patch specifically, just because again that counter aggression is something new, something much newer, of course, and was very potent. Was shut herO down. With that, GG, well played. And with that, MaxPax, he will claim the series, and we have our first finalist. MaxPax is going to be our first finalist here. herO is going to be knocked out in the semi-finals. Again, I would have definitely favored, and I was favoring herO coming into this PvP, but again, we missed out on some of the games, so we had a little bit of incomplete picture as to how everything was unfolding. Regardless, congratulations. And also, herO in the end did actually did take the bait and was tempted. The temptation for playing Terran was too great, Bappy. It was too great. GG. With that, we have our upper semifinals currently underway. So it's going to be Clem. Clem takes down Mixu 2-0. Cure takes down Björn 2-1. And now we have a TVP between Clem and Cure leading into MaxPax. So these are going to be the final two series left of the broadcast, upper semis and then grand finals. Now when it comes to Clem versus Cure, they often go back and forth. Cure has some of the best TVP in the world, if not the best. Like right now, I would say that Cure is top 2 with Clem when it comes to Terran versus Protoss. I would say that Cure's TVP is stronger than Maru's at the moment. Maru has been looking a little bit shakier in his TVP as of late, is hyper aggressive and very all in with his play, but again has had some more mixed results as of late, especially in the new patch. But alas, with that, we are now getting ready for that upper series. I think they're in game 1. I'll have to double check here. We'll have to double check. As I believe El Chanchito, I believe Pig and Bomyoja are casting the upper semis. And they're in game 1. Okay. So if you want to tune in to Clem versus Cure, I believe that's being casted by Pig and by Bomyoja, both in English. Meanwhile, everyone else is going to be joining game number 2. That'll be ourselves, Dave, Enki, Pacheca. We will be jumping in. So Cure versus Clem TVP. Team Liquid. Un momento. But give some love to Este Bomyoja. Do I think Pig is streaming right now? You should co-cast with Pacheca. I believe Enki is casting with Pacheca. Usually Enki and Pacheca, they cast together in Spanish. They cast together. Este Enki, Este Pacheca. But I believe they usually cast the end of the tournament. Pig is away on a trip for 3 days. Oh, there you go. So Pig is away today. He might catch up with some replays afterwards, but hope he does rest well. Hope he enjoys his time. Yeah, it makes sense for Pig to take a break right now. I did see on socials Pig posting yesterday. So it makes sense. So we wish the best for Pig and Dot. Wish them the best, especially with what's currently going on. So much love. Send some love to Pig on socials, Pappy. Send him some love. It's catching up. My gut says herO doesn't have that much in the first place. If you're talking about experience, herO, he's 6k Terran. Like, what do you mean? You have indigestion, Pappy. Check your guts. But for now, we're going to be going on a break. Going to be going on a break here. Again, check out, then if Pig isn't streaming, then check out Bomyaja. Check out Bomyaja's channel. He's currently in Clem versus Cure. They're on Blackrock in game number 1. And we'll be jumping into game 2 after the fact. So we'll see you soon. We'll see you soon after the break. See you soon. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the upper semifinals of the PiGosaur Cup number 90. We just wrapped up the lower semis, and MaxPax is waiting in the grand finals for the winner of this series. Who is it going to be, though? We're here to find out. And I have some news. Something crazy just occurred, by the way. If you know anything about StarCraft, you would know that Clem has not played a TVT in over a year. December of 2024 was the last time that Clem played Terran in a TVT, but now he's back. The patch really is broken. It's I know. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of At Attorney's Edge, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Team Liquid, leading the series 1-0. It is Cure. And spawning in the top left hand corner, typically Protoss, but now he's off racing as Terran, representing Team Liquid, the French Terran. It is Clem. Here we go. So this really is a new era in StarCraft. Oh boy. I see in chat, Clem. Yes. I'm being told that that Clem, specifically this week in the, we missed him. We did cast Would This Be Monday, but we didn't cover Clem's matches. So I guess we missed him playing Terran in his TVPs. We casted him against Solo, if you recall, and I guess we missed him in Monday Night Weekly as well. But apparently, specifically this week, he's back to off racing as Terran, and we'll see how his TVT looks now after over a year of being absent from this matchup. I do favor Cure's TVT. But at the same time, I don't really know what to expect from Clem's Terran. So if you're in the chats, it is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Again, this is Clem's return to Terran this week, and we'll see how he does handle himself. We'll see how long he lasts. Because I'll be honest, one of the reasons why Clem switched out of TVT is because of how aggressive and how dynamic TVT is. And I would say that in the current patch, it's even more aggressive and even more dynamic. So, yeah, we gotta cherish Clem playing Terran while we can, like, because I don't know how long it's gonna last, to be honest. I don't know. Spoiler: he's still good. I mean, there's a reason why Clem switched out of Terran, right? Like, there's a reason for it. It is his weakest matchup, but I would imagine that if he's back to competing as Terran in TVT, it's for a reason, right? Like, I would imagine that it's because he feels confident once again, or maybe he's been playing it again, or I would assume that it's the opposite, that it's that because the gateway changes to Protoss, I would imagine that it's more so that Clem doesn't enjoy playing Protoss right now, so he would rather play Terran with the current state of the Protoss play style. I think that's maybe a bigger reason, but I'm just speculating, right? Like, I don't fully know the reason for this. I said something happened to Pig. Is he okay? Yeah, it's just right now is a rough time of the year for Pig. So so if you guys can reach out and give him some love, for some context, and we don't have to talk about it because, you know, we have a game ahead of us here. Yesterday was Pig's son's birthday, and for those who are unaware, Pig's son did pass away, so it makes sense that that they would take some time off right now. Both Pig and Dot. It makes sense they'd take some time off because yesterday would have been his birthday, so that's why I'm saying, yeah, give some love to Pig, and we don't have to talk about it. As Curie does commit in. As Curie does commit in, pushing into the mineral line, SCV is going to be going down and denying the expansion here for Clem. So far, Cure, he's going to be containing Clem. Behind this, Cure getting his own natural up and running. Remember, this was a double gas opener out of Cure, so much more committed. This is to make up for his otherwise economic deficit. So to make up that deficit, I will say that Clem did a great job at preserving his losses here. Looking at the install side, but Clem, he only lost 1 SCV, so this could have been so much worse. Could have been so much worse. Clem pulls away, preserves his economy. Meanwhile, Cure is finishing up his own. The worker counts are evening up, but I will still give the edge to Clem here. Clem, he has extra mules, he has extra SCV production. Cure is just now finishing up his own CC. So Cure is still 1 step behind. Clem, when it comes to the openers, is in a slightly better position. Now, we were alluding to TVT and its aggressive nature previously. We'll get back into it. What we have been seeing a lot from Terran versus Terran over the past couple of weeks is 2-base all-ins. We've been seeing a lot of 2-base play and 2-base all-ins, and a lot of aggression, of course, as well. Clem does push through the center. He does run into the main army. We are going for an early tank push. Cure, speaking of all-in, speaking of aggression, Cure, he's rallying across the map with everything he has. Clem is racing back home here to defend. He does have 1 Cyclone, and we'll see if we can catch that tank. Ooh. Yeah, lock-on is broken. Nice control here by Cure. Oh my god. Breaks the lock-on. Defensive tank does siege up. Yeah, Clem is in position. Cure rotates over towards the main. Cure rotates over. Likewise, I think I forgot to open up predictions. Okay, I think they're open. I think by now they've closed. But Cure is setting up. And Cure, I think he's within range of the reactor. He has to get... There we go. He has to get vision. Reactor's under fire. Clem collapsing in. Going for the dive. The tank does get within range. Yeah, tank within range, and massive tank shot goes off. Curie misses his own volley, and the tank does fall, and Clem is holding. Whew. Clem, he is holding on. Behind this, we do have a 3rd CC for Clem, so Clem is building up. Meanwhile, 2-port 2-base all in. I was going to allude to this earlier here, but again, if you've been watching TVT over the past 2 weeks, 2-port 2-base all ins have been very common, very, very trendy. This build was plaguing Doyo Cup. We saw so many TVTs in Doyo Cup with Oliveira, with Innovation, with TY, and post Doyo Cup as well, we saw a lot of this. So again, this build here is to build up a heavy Viking count, a lot of Vikings into Liberator support, into an all-in across the map. Now, I will say that this variation, like 2-port play, there are more economic variations. The reason for this is because, if you remember, a year ago, the Viking was made cheaper, the Viking was buffed, and that did mean that when you go for this build, you can afford a CC. So we'll see if Curie gets a 3rd base behind this, or if he just doubles down. But the goal is to gain air control, and then bam, show up with a Liberator. And there it is, Liberators are on the way. Again, so the Vikings, they gain air control, and then Liberators gain ground control. That's kind of the dynamic here at play. And it's a really big power spike for the aggressing Terran. Ooh, nice scouts! Clem knows. Yeah, this should not have happened. Clem gets a full scout. He confirms the 2nd starport. He now knows. Typically, you respond with your own. And there it is. Good response. 2nd starport for Clem. It is further back behind the natural. Now, is this too late? Is it too late? Can he keep this going? Clem, he tries to break out. Ravens to take a lot of hits. Ooh. 1 volley up on the tank. But Clem, he will retain those Ravens. Yeah, they are still alive. And Clem, he still needs a little bit more time to build up a semblance of a Viking army. That 2nd starport is just now finishing. He needs more Vikings. And where are those Liberators? They're coming. Ooh, they are coming. Now, disable his research. Clem, he can disable the Liberators. That can help. Like, the fact that Clem kept these Ravens alive is huge. Yeah, Liberators, they siege. Vikings are trying to zone away the Ravens. They're trying to zone them away. I get a very intense game state here as Cure is gaining ground. And Cure, he needs to make sure he keeps up with those Ravens. He needs to zone them away. Clem coming from behind. Scan, Vikings that respond. Catches 1, he commits. Yeah, let's commit in. 1, 2, 3 Ravens going to be going down. Double disable. Yeah, disables one of the Liberators on one of the tanks. And Clem, can he break through? He can. Yeah, he is breaking through. The boys are being pulled as well. Gets on top of the one. Oh, gets on the 1 tank. The other 2 tanks, though. Massive tank shots. Yeah, tank blow is going off. 27 SCVs. Clem, he will lose too much. He'll lose far too much here. Losing the entire economy, and he doesn't clean this up. Again, the disables were not good enough. He only disabled 1 tank. 2 tanks behind that were doing so much damage, and Clem is all in. Clem is all in. He's down to 33 workers. He's down 20 SCVs. He's got to go. Now, Clem does have a higher tank count. That is true, but other sim. Yeah, Marines are coming from behind. Gets 1 tank. Gets 1, 2, 3 tanks going to be going down. All 4. Wow. 1 tank barely survives, but heavy losses for Clem. He was all in. He was all in. He was desperate for counter damage. Oh, nice pickups. Getting one of the Vikings. Oh, that's that final tank. And there's no getting out of this. Yeah, there's no getting out of this. 4 tanks go down. Heavy losses for Clem. So Clem, he will lose his economy and he will lose the army as well. And Cure, he has control. He's coming. He doesn't need to be honest. Cure is getting his own 3rd TC. I will say, I say he doesn't need to. He needs to at least punish the 3rd base of Clem. Like, this 3rd base is a way for Clem to try to recover in this game with faster SCV and faster mules, because he does have that extra base. Does have the extra base. See someone asking in the chats, a player is authorized to exploit the medevac bug. If a player tries to use the medevac bug, they'll be disqualified. Tournaments, so something that I should mention, there's a reason why you probably you shouldn't have seen any of the bugs exploited in any tournaments this week, because of course tournaments, they have integrity. Like our tournaments do, Wardy's does, I'm sure Pigs does as well. Like exploiting bugs is typically not permitted in tournaments. So there'd be a reason why you haven't seen them happen. Plaguing the ladder, for sure. I believe the bugs are plaguing the ladder, but not here. As behind this, do you see Clem trying to stabilize? Oh, gets a volley off. Better trade for Clem. I believe he killed 2. Yo, battle report. What's going on? But I believe Clem he sniped 2, and I don't think he lost any himself. He lost 1 himself. Okay. So 1 for 2. Better trade for Clem. And again, Clem, the goal here is just turtle up. At this point, he's just turtle up and try to stabilize. Meanwhile, Cure, he has map control. Cure has the bigger army, and Cure is getting further ahead. Now, TVT is one of those matchups where you can be down 20, 30 army supply, and you can still win a fight. It's very much so positional based, right? If you're pre-sieged, and if you're able to get the first tank shot off, if you're able to disable your opponent's tanks, if your Vikings gain map control, or sorry, gain air control, like there are ways to make up for a deficit in TVT. That is true. Like the defender's advantage is greater in this matchup than other matchups, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be easy, but it is possible. Meanwhile, Cure dropping into the main base. There are some Marines in position, and they do focus on the first medevac, and the first medevac is going to unload. Yeah, it does barely unload, killing more SCVs. It's going to be an expensive job here for Cure, but he can afford it, and that's going to be 8 SCVs going down. At the same time, Cure pushing in, going for the production, landing the Vikings, and going for the add-ons. Combat shield's going to be denied. Picks off 3 add-ons here, now going for the factory as well, disrupting the tank production. Yeah, factory goes down. Cure is going to be careful. He's stimming in. Oh, he's crazy. He does try to stim in. He gets within range. The tank goes down. Yeah, he takes down the tank, gets control of the production. Clem forced to land. Oh no! Clem losing a Viking. Losing the starports, and this is too much. Yeah, there's too much. This is getting out of hand. As Cure is overwhelming, and GG gets called. Cure, he'll take a 2-0 lead in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, Cure, he will take a lead. Hyper aggression out of Cure, going for the double gas opener into Reaper Hellion aggression, into the 2-base all-in, into the 2-port 2-base all-in. And again, Clem, he did realize the all-in was happening. Eventually, he was able to scout it, but the second starport was a little bit later, and the breakout moment there for Clem was brutal. When he went in, he disabled 2 units. He disabled 1 tank and 1 tank and 1 Liberator. I want to say that he was trying to disable 1 more tank with the 3rd Raven, but he got sniped, so he didn't get that 3rd disable off, and with that he pulled the boys in, and it was not worth it. He lost 27 SCVs, he lost all the Marines as well, and he failed to kill the army. He failed to break out, and that was the moment that Cure snowballed out of control. GG. GG, well played. There was a chance there that maybe Clem could bring it back, but a very slim chance there. He was relying on Cure being overly passive and defensive, and to give Clem a little bit more breathing room, and to maybe not take as many risks. But in the end, GG. GG, well played. And now Cure is 1 game away from claiming the series. We'll see if Clem can recover and bounce back. We shall see. So Cure, he is 1 game away from claiming the series. He's on match point. He is on match point. So get ready for that next game. Yeah, I'm double checking here. So someone said that Clem played he played Terran in the Water TV Monday. That is not true, as Clem, he did not play against a Terran player. He didn't play a TVT in Water TV Monday because there was no one to play against. So just fact checking the chat. Monday Night Weekly. Who did he play against? Apparently he played against Kieran Monday Night Weekly. Let's see. Monday Night Weekly. Would have been number 58. Clem, he played against Bjorn, it looks like. It looks like Clem played Protoss against Bjorn, and he did play a best of one versus Kieran. Okay. And then he lost to Bjorn as Terran. Okay. I think the chat made it sound like he was like popping off, but no, this is kind of this makes sense in my mind. Okay. Yo, Bjorn won this week's Monday Night Weekly? That's crazy. It's crazy. Bjorn, yeah, he played against Bjorn. It was a TVT finals, Bjorn versus Clem. Best of 3. They had a best of 3 final. I'm still like, I feel like Monday Night Weeklies, they pick their format via vibes. Like sometimes it's best of 5, sometimes best of 3, sometimes it's a reset match. Best of 3 finals is crazy. Okay. We're good. So thankfully we have Clem. So Clem thought it was a best of 3. So Clem, he if you're curious why there's a delay here, Clem, he thought it was a best of 3, so we had to find him again. We're like, Clem, come back. We're still going. Clem's like, oh, sorry. He forgot. So we're jumping to game number 3 here. We have him. It's all good. As we are loading into Rainfall. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Rainfall, we have the French Terran player. We have the red Terran representing Team Liquid. Down in the series, can he bounce back and make a series out of this? It is Clem. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Pure. Let's go. Let us go. We're getting into game number 3 here, and oh boy, this is going to be a rough one. Well, I say rough one. Welcome to Rainfall. Rainfall is a very small map of the map pool. Short rush distance by ground. Aggression is favored here on Rainfall, and we didn't get to see game 1, but game 2 we saw that Cure was hyper aggressive, and he was very in the face of Clem. We expect more of that here. In general, as we've been mentioning, like TVT is very, very aggressive as of late. The 2-port 2-base all-in has been very common as well, very popular. And trying to be the defensive player in TVT right now is difficult. It is very, very difficult. So I would want to see Clem try to take control away from Cure. I want to see Clem be the aggressor and be the active player and try to fight for that kind of control. But we'll see. We shall see. For now, we're going to be opening up. Double gas to open out of Cure. So Cure is going for a faster factory. He's going for a delayed CC. Like, this is what I want Clem to do, but Clem is going for an economic start. So Clem is going to be the defender. Cure is going to be the aggressor. Oh boy. Again, Clem is going for 1 gas into a faster CC. And we'll see if Clem can tighten up his defense this time. Not saying that it's impossible to be the defender. No, not at all. But it is easier to be the aggressor for sure. Like to kind of set the pace and put the pressure on your opponent. And not just that, but remember, this map, kind of how we get into this map favors aggression, right? Whoever's going to be the aggressive player here, they're going to have an easier time because of the rush distance and because of how exposed the third bases are as well. And very open, very exposed third bases. The high ground position here outside of the natural can also come into play as well. Can also be very impactful. Now, I say that Clem was going for an economic start. He does actually go for a racks in the factory off of 1 gas. Okay, okay. You have my attention. Bit of a safer start here by Clem. He's going for a safer start. A CC on the low grounds. He will poke in. And he will get eyes on the command center, and you'll see it's a little bit later. Oh. Will kill the SCV, will delay the expansion. Nice pick off there by and he should get away. Jesus, he barely will get away. Whew. Regen should kick in. Okay, we're going to be very careful with here with the angle. Second Reaper's coming in. Do we trade 1-to-1? Do we trade? Oh my god. Kira gets away. He gets away, so he kills the SCV, delays the command center, and does barely pull out. At the same time, Clem is coming in to reinforce. Who catches who? Kira has high ground. He has the high ground advantage. The armies, they pass by each other. Uh-oh. Yeah, Clem going through the center, and Kira, he will bypass. He once again wants to delay that CC, and I believe we will delay each other. I believe we should delay each other. Kira, he gets a volley up on the Hellion. Delays the command center. We're doing the same thing. We're getting rowdy. We're getting chaotic back. Yeah, we're getting messy. We're getting messy here. The wall! Ooh, the wall was open. The wall was open. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, Clem, a little bit asleep at the wheel, does pull the boys into the Hellion. Reaper goes down. Dice around. That should not have happened. Yeah, does around the Reaper. So Clem is pulling off a defense at the same time. Oh no! Ooh, the Hellion also gets surrounded. Both players get surrounded in their own way. In the end, Clem, he does surround. Towards the end, Clem, he will hold, he will defend. We're just, everyone's messy. It's it's getting very messy, very chaotic. Clem, he wants that final Hellion. Ooh, he will get it. He gets both, actually. Very nice. Very nice trade. Takes down both Hellions. Clem, he's rallying across the map. He's reinforcing. And behind this, Kiri's going to have a messy defense here. It's very shaky. Yeah, it's very shaky. As he wants that Reaper. He gets it. Reaper goes down. I believe Clem shoots first. Yep, Clem does shoot first. More Marines trickling in. And Clem, he might have enough here. Yeah, he has enough to kill the Marines and to kill the building CC. Or the SCV. Yeah, takes down the SCV as well. There's no backup Cyclone coming, and this is too much. This is becoming too much here. Back at home at Clem, he's on 2 bases. He has his orbital. He's able to mule, able to make SCVs. Clem jumping into the main. Clem has a very comfortable lead. Very comfortable. And now the pressure's on Cure to come back. So Cure is going to be down 5 SCVs. Oh. That's 5. Going to be down 6. 7? Oh my god. Yeah, Cure is down 7 workers. Hefty losses here for Cure. Again, Clem, he just has to calm down. Calm down, secure himself. We have Ravens on the way. Defense Matrix as well. I did mention previously in the last game that you can be at a deficit and still take a fight in TVT. I still stand by that, of course, but the pressure is on Cure to take that fight, to be able to outposition Clem in some way, shape, and form. So the pressure's on Cure. Pressure's on. Clem getting further ahead. 3rd CC. Now, this is a little bit risky. This 3rd CC will ensure that Clem has a stronger mid game. That is true, but I'm concerned about a 2-base all-in. We'll see if Cure doubles down and tries to commit. I mean, I don't know if there's really much danger of that, though. Like, Cure, his economy is so far behind. Even if he were to go for a 2-base all-in, like, he needs to saturate. So this is just a really rough position here for Cure. And Clem should be fine. He should be fine. third base is getting up. Clem rotating over. Boosting across the map. We're going to react with Viking. There's a world where if Clem can catch this drop, then if Kira can catch this drop with minimal losses, then maybe he can start that road to recovery. But the Vikings are still a ways away. Do we get the lock on? Oop. Clem paying attention. Look at that, he's locked in, Pappy. Clem pulls away. Was Hyper aggressive versus Solo this afternoon? Yeah, we casted the What TV Monday finals. We were casting Clem versus Solar. But that aggression is more TVZ oriented. Like we were talking about, we were discussing it during the cast, but TVZ, like Terran players, they have to be hyper aggressive. It's very momentum based. Yeah, we were discussing it during the game. During the cast. TVT is a different beast, though. Skir's moving in. Does disable 1, 2. Yeah, nice disables, but we should have some counter disables here. Going for the auto turrets. Kiri's trying to break on through, and he's running out of time. The disables are running out. Yeah, the disables are about to run out here. 4 tanks. Oh my god. Yeah, 4 tanks to do break out. Massive tank shots, and with that, Clem is holding. Yeah, Clem, he does hold on. GG gets called, and Clem, he will put a point on the board. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Oh. As Clem, he does fight back here. Again, it all came down to the early game aggression. This time, Clem did go single gas, but he did go for the faster factory. Thankfully, he went for the faster factory. It was very, very chaotic, very messy. Both players were slipping up. Both Cure and Clem were getting surrounded. They were losing their aggressive units while they were defending at the same time. In the end, though, Cure got everything surrounded. Meanwhile, Clem only got his Hellions surrounded. His Reapers were kept alive. They were kept alive. So that did mean that Clem was able to maintain his momentum, maintain his control, and disrupt the early game of Cure to the point where Cure just fell too far behind. In the end, he was 2 base all in, and in that final all in, he had to try to break through during the duration of the disable, but he ran out of time. Disable did expire. GG. GG, well played. Clem did shut down the all in, and potentially we could go all the way to the ace match. Let's go. The pressure is still on Clem. We're loading into lockdown. Now, I would hope that moving forward, Clem keeps going factory before CC. That's all I want to see. Moving forward, we just see factory before CC. We just go for a safer start, lock down the early game, and calm down. Meanwhile, Cure, he has the option to mix it up. We could see Clem play it safe, faster factory. We could see Cure play economic. Like, he could just go for the faster CC instead. So this is where mind games come into play. This is where the series itself does impact the rest of the matches moving forward. Let's go. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Lockdown, we have the French Terran player. We have the Red Terran fighting back in this series, and can he force the ace match? Can he bring us the match point? Or I guess the ace match. It is Clem for Team Liquid. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Blue Terran for also Team Liquid. It is Cure. As he is on match point, and he is 1 game away from claiming the series, and eyes are on our initial openers. Now, welcome to Lockdown. Lockdown has a very secure 2-base setup, like a couple of maps in the current map pool. I'm thinking of Sanctuary 3 comes to mind, but we do have a ramp coming into the natural base, so a very secure 2-base setup. And similarly to the previous map, we do have this area in between the bases, which can be abused, but it is low ground, not high ground. Bear that in mind. So not the strongest position here in between the bases, but can be utilized depending on how and where we expand. The thing is that usually Terran players, they want to take the triangular third base anyway, just so that they can have an army in position to defend against drop play. Just because drops are so prevalent in TVT, you don't want to spread yourself thin. So we should be seeing low ground expands. I say low ground, there are like 4 planes of elevation here, so technically kind of on the high ground, depending on the angle. but let's go. Let us go. As Clem is going for the SCV scouts. SCV scouts are quite rare in TBT. Interesting. Does go for the SCV scout, does go Marine first. Okay, we do see Clem piecing it all together here. Marine first, not Reaper. SCV moves out. Now we see why he's going for the SCV scout. It's because there won't be a Reaper scout. I mean, there wouldn't have been a Reaper scout anyway to begin with. True, like that'd be crazy. But he does check, does confirm the Rax is back at home. It's going to Marine into Reaper. So we're opening up. And Clem is going for the fastest CC, so is Cure. Is that off center? I think it is. Is it? Am I blind? I mean, we can always lift and land. It's fine. For now, though. For now, we are going to be opening up. We do see Clem being very cheeky with that first Marine, by the way. It does skirt around the edge of the map. And the SCVs hit the tank. Does move in. And can he catch out the first Reaper? He's trying to. Cure pulls away. This will delay the CC. Delays the command center, but all 2 Reapers have arrived. They get on top of the Marine. And Marine is going to go down. That Reaper, it's going to be a one-way trip, or at least it should be. Can he get out? Nice KDA charge. And he's being zoned. Yeah, he's being zoned away. So we do have a bit of a back and forth here. Clem, he will lose his SCV, his Reaper, and his Marine, but he will delay the command center for a little bit. Meanwhile, oh my god, that is a very fast third TC, and checking Clem's vision, he did not scout the command center. So Cure is being hyper greedy this game. Very, very greedy, rushing into the third base. This will allow for a stronger mid game if Cure gets away with it. Now the ball is in Clem's court. So Clem is going for his own 1-1-1, but I do really like this change of pace. So far in this series, it has been Cure being the aggressor, but now we see a change of pace here where Cure is being greedy, and now suddenly it's Clem who has to be more aggressive here, who has to try to punish, who has to be more active. Now typically the way to do this is once we get into the mid game, Clem can start to gain map control, can apply pressure, and ideally is looking to contain Cure while Clem expands. Yeah, it was off center, so lift and land. Thankfully, Clem is going for the early tank. So early tank, no early Cyclone, into medevac, into what should be an early tank drop. So Clem is being active. And we'll see what he can get done. Remember, right now, Cure is the player that's vulnerable. Meanwhile, before I get ahead of myself, a big shout to Ankna in the chat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing to Twitch Prime. Thank you so much. We do appreciate it. We appreciate the subscription. Hope you enjoy the content, the casting, and the StarCraft. Hope you enjoy. Bienvenidos, bienvenidos. As we are moving out. Yes, Clem is pushing forward. Cure, he's attempting to expand, but again, it's on Clem to contain, right? It's on him to contain, to make up for his later expansion. Disable isn't ready, but the tank's exposed, and we're diving on the tank. The tank is going to go down at the same time Marines do get into the main. We can go for the mineral line, and how many SCV kills? As Clem, he'll get at least 1. 1, 2, 3 SCVs going to be going down. 3 SCV kills for a tank. This, I don't think is worth it. Not ideal here. So the issue isn't just that he only killed 3 SCVs. The issue is that Clem didn't delay the third. He did not delay. The third is still freely getting up and running. That's my big concern. Because the tank was killed so quickly, ideally you have the tank in position, you have the Marines in position, and you can keep this third base from being landed for a little bit longer, but that did not happen. That did not happen. With the tank going down instantly, the third base is now on location, and Cure is now reaping the rewards from that. Now he's able to embrace that faster third. When you see Clem, he just now begins his own third TC. It's a very late in comparison. So now there's even more pressure on Clem to get more damage done. And it's hard to do so when you lose your first tank. So we'll see how Clem can piece this all together. Obviously drop play is a thing. You can now position your opponent as well. Try to find an angle, dive into the main base, or push here in between the bases. I will say the tank, even though he lost the first tank, Clem, even though he lost the first tank, he still does have a tank lead. He's got 3 tanks compared to the 0 of Cure, as Cure did make excess Hellions. But again, some of his production was delayed due to the faster third base, of course. Oh, decent catch. That's Clem, he has to back off. Ooh, bleeding out some Marines. But again, Clem still has a 3 tank lead. And this is something that Clem can still leverage, of course. Can still leverage this. Meanwhile, thank you so much. Thank you so much for an anonymous donation. The tip of the chat. God, happy God. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for donating $16. Thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We appreciate the support. It all goes towards the bunnies, Pappy. Helps out the bunnies. Gracias, gracias. As Cure, he does move out. Has to be careful though. Again, he's up against a higher tank count. Mass Disable though. Oh my god. Yeah, Mass Disable's auto target take by some time, but the tanks are going to go down. Yeah, Cure breaks through 1 tank. Just 1 though. Uh-oh. He can't break through the others. Yeah, Cure overextends. Cure here overextends. A repeat of last game actually, where we saw the Mass Disable, but Cure, he did not close that gap. He did not have enough. Oh, the Raven. Oh my god. Raven goes down. Very nice snipe. But Cure, he's triggering a counterattack. What's important after that engage is that Clem still has the higher tank count. It's 4 versus 3, so not the biggest lead, but a lead nonetheless. When it comes to Vikings, we do see a higher Viking count for Clem. Now, Clem did lose all of his Ravens. Cure, he's up 1 Raven, I believe. Yeah, he's up by 1. So still very tense. Cure the first siege. Oh! Yeah, the first siege up, and he will catch one of the tanks. Cure does commit in. Vikings break through, but there are still so many tanks for Clem. Yeah, the tanks, they do shell away. And Clem breaks through. Clem breaks through. The higher tank count still carrying for Clem. Still carrying. I will say that Curie did have some missed target firing. I don't know if you noticed, but I believe the first volley went on 1 Marine instead of the tanks, even though the tanks were within range. So there was a bit of a lapse there in tank control there from Cure. And from there, Clem does take the fight, getting his 4th CC on location. This I do like. I do like this. Considering the fact that Cure has a better economy. He's on 73 SCVs. Clem needs to take risks like this to try to recover, so CC on location. Cure dropping on the right-hand side. Thankfully, Clem isn't taking this space. If he was expanding here, then Cure could force a cancel. Thankfully, expanding on the other side. So, very fortunate there for Clem. Cure does boost in. Cure does boost in. The turrets are still not quite done. Yeah, not quite complete. Marines, they bust into the mineral line, catching up some SCVs. Yeah, 5, 6, 7 SCVs going to be going down. This is getting out of hand. Yeah, it's getting out of hand here, and Clem has no Vikings, so we can lift. Yeah, from here we can pick up and lift. Here comes the main army as well. Cure pushing towards the 3rd. Tanks are exposed. They're on their own. Yeah, Clem's being torn apart, losing more SCVs. The first tank is going to go down. Takes down 1, and he can take down the other as well. And remember that tank lead that Clem once had? Not anymore. Yeah, not anymore. CC's 9. Can we kill? He can! No, he sims in! No repair! No repair! Massive pick up. The 3rd CC goes down again. Clem completely out of position. He does have a backup 3rd, thankfully, but again, massive loss here for Clem. He's trying to sim in. Yeah, trying to sim forward. Tanks, they do siege. Yeah, tanks, they siege up, and Clem, he once again takes a better fight with those 4 tanks. Oh my god. Yeah, Clem, he will take that better fight. You gotta respect the tanks, Pappy. Hi. As Clem, he's up to 5 tanks. And Clem, he will clean this up. He'll clean this up, takes down another tank. Moving forward. Meanwhile, 4 CC just now starting here for Cure, also on location on the top side. Now look at the armies here. We have 5 versus 1 in terms of tanks. So once again, Clem, he has the higher tank count. That is true. Meanwhile, Cure has the higher marine count. He has more medevacs. He can once again try to outposition and drop into the main. There's still 1 turret in the main base. There's a couple of marines in position. Clem, he's aware. Yeah, he's aware of the threat of a drop. So Clem is ready. Cure, he does scan. He does get eyes on the tanks. Oh. Back at him. Cure defends. He defends, he deflects the medevacs. Looking for a way in, he scans. does see the Unsiege, but Cure cannot engage. Not like this. Oh. Cure has to get the hell out of here. Get out. Does pull away. Cure scans, gets eyes on the Northern Expansion. Double jump. Ooh, full medevac goes down. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, messy drop here from Clem, but he does unload. Does get a couple of SCVs. The main army's coming. And we do see some tanks in position, but Curie's not sieged up. Curie's currently unsieged. Curie's not ready. Who sieges first? Cure does. Cure does siege first, but tanks are exposed. And the tanks, they will siege in time. Better fight for Cure. Ay, ay, ay. Cure breaks through the main army. Still very close, still very clutch. Nice split towards the end. But considering the tank lead that Clem had, that was a stronger fight for Cure as Cure sieged up first, punished the Marines, shut down the drop. Cure has the advantage, and Cure's counterattacking. Yeah, Cure's going for the counterattack. His first tank does set up. Sims on in, chasing down the army. Cure has to, sorry, Clem has to get the hell out of here. He's going to take the fight. Oof. It's being forced back. Clem is in trouble. He's in trouble, Pappy. Cure rotating around again. He wants to catch those tanks. He will. Yeah, better shots going off. Massive shots going off. Tanks are going down. And with that, Cure, he dominates this fight. He catches 2 tanks. He catches 3. 3 tanks go down. Down to 1. Again, unfortunately for Clem, when he tried to engage here, Cure, he was already pre-sieged. He had a better position. He was already set up. And with that, Clem, he has to evacuate. This time, he shouldn't lose the CC. This time, it should be saved. So Clem, he pulls away. At the same time, going for his own double drop. But, there are reinforcements back at home. Curie's ready. Yeah, Clem, he knows. He knows he cannot fight this, so tries to go across the map. We gotta make up our mind. Oh, the punish. Yeah, massive tank trolley's going off. Not quite worth it. Not quite worth it. Curie stimming on 40. Stimming in. Liberation has arrived. He has some freedom. And he breaks through the main army. GG gets called. Cure, he will claim the series 3-1, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played, Cure. He will claim the series, but a shout out to Clem, because Clem, he made a series out of it, and even in this game, this most recent game here on Lockdown, was very back and forth. It was very back and forth. There were a couple of moments for Clem, a couple of moments for Cure. I will say for the most part, Cure, he had the economic lead the entire game. That is true. Remember, Cure, he had the faster third. He was able to punish the third base of his opponent. He was able to cripple the economy. Like Cure, he just had that better economy the entire time. Like Clem, there was some moments where he was able to take some better fights and maintain the higher tank counts, but only for so long. Only for so long. In the end, he eventually was torn apart and eventually did lose that. We saw that Cure, again, his positional play was able to outposition Clem one too many times, but GG. GG, well played. Was still a fun series nonetheless, and with that, Cure, he'll advance on. He'll advance on to the grand finals, where he's going to be facing off against MaxPax in a TVP. Let's go. Let us go. And again, we'll see if this is, I kind of alluded to it earlier, we'll see if Clem has actually returned to Terran. From my understanding, so far it's only 2 tournaments. Monday Night Weekly, which was, I guess, last night or 2 nights ago. So the Monday Night Weekly, and also PiGosaur Cup. So far 2 tournaments where Clem has been playing TVT. Whether this is a full return or not, I would say it's still too early to really say for certain. But I will say it is fun to see him play Terran again. TVTs in the current meta are very intense. They're very dynamic. I mean, they have been for a couple of years now. Like the old stereotype of like of slow siege lines and, you know, slow TVT and just camping on your side and the opposite side of the map. That was like a stereotype that was formed back in Heart of the Swarm, and yeah, mainly Heart of the Swarm. Coming into Legacy, and again, since like the COVID era of StarCraft, TVT has been very intense, very aggressive. I say COVID era, like I want to say like 2022-ish era of StarCraft, 2023, 2022. It's been very aggressive, very intense, which is one of the reasons why Clem stopped, by the way. Like the intensity and the aggression here, and the coin flippiness of TVT, and there is a coin flippy nature. I say coin flippy, like a rock paper scissors nature of TVT. It's not the most enjoyable, and it's something that Clem did struggle with in the past, referring to like being outpositioned or being able to shut down drop play, punishing drop play, or being punished by drops as well. Like it's a very intense and very unforgiving matchup, and a matchup that Clem just was frustrated with and just kind of gave up on it. He's like this is just not for me. So he eventually switched to Protoss. Again, that was the end of 2024. Where he switched to Protoss. Interesting that he's back to Terran. I will say that intensity and that aggressiveness from TVT is still there. Like, it's still there. So I don't know if Clem will want to stick with it. We'll see. I mentioned earlier that I posed the idea that the reason why he's switching to Terran might be less about TVT changing, and it might be more about PVT and about the Protoss changes and the warp gate changes. It's possible, and we'd have to just hear from Clem, his rationale. Maybe he's spoken up about it, but I would say there's a higher chance that Clem just doesn't enjoy playing Protoss right now in the new patch with some of those changes, so he'd prefer to play Terran, or he just enjoys that more. Like that enjoyment factor has changed. It's possible that that's the case, but we'll see. We shall see. We shall see. Catching up as players are getting ready for those grand finals. He just plays the best race based on the patch. That is not true. That is not true. Again, he said himself that I mean, I just explained the rationale why he wasn't enjoying TVT. Feels like TVZ, I'm looking at YouTube chat, TVZ, ZVP, it's PV, it's T on this patch. Not sure how they messed up. I would push back against that portrayal of the current matchups. I would say that Zerg is heavily favored against Terran. Obviously, Clem, he did play very, very well last night against Solar. But I would say that is exclusive to Clem. Like, Clem is the best Terran in the world, straight up. He's the best Terran in the world. And we said it at the time, and I want to hammer this home, where Clem, through like sheer mechanics, speed, and multitasking, he was able to like overwhelm Solar. But like, that's something you need to Clem, like more so than like Maru or Bjorn or Cure. It's a very different kind of dynamic there. I would not want people to take that Clem series, that Clem vs Solar series, and apply that to blanket TVZ across the board. Like, that's insane. to think that. But there we go. Here we go. We're getting into our next series. We're getting to the grand finals, into our TVP, and spawning in the top right hand corner of Lockdown. We have the blue Protoss player, the blue Protoss player himself. We have the Danish Protoss representing Sidestorm Gaming. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Terran player. The red Terran, we have the South Korean Terran for Team Liquid. It is Cure. And also, if you believe that Protoss had as much of an advantage of a Terran this patch, then you would also think that Clem would still play Protoss against Terran. There's more at play there. There's more at play. Important to bear that in mind. But regardless, we're getting to our grand finals, and if you're in the chat, it is Gamba time. Predictions are open, and place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we get into our grand finals, best of 5. Meanwhile, a big shout out to Super Kaito in the chat. Papi got este Super Kaito. Subscribing for 50 months. Papi, 50 months. Let's go, Papi, let's go. Vámonos. Clem just played 2 base against herO. Yes, if you missed it, I do recommend watching the VODs. We did cast the PiGosaur Cup finals, of course. See Jason in the chat. So I recommend watching the VODs, cast the finals. But Clem, of course, I mean, winding it back, that's the meta of TVZ right now is hyper aggression, but this is not about TVZ, this is about TVP. Now coming into this matchup here, I'm curious to see how MaxPax is playing. If you know anything about the channel, we mainly cast the Korean/Americas Open Cups. So we cast What is TV Mondays, KSL, Sparkling Tuna Cup, PiGosaur Cups, but we don't get to see Monday Night Weeklies, and I would say that's typically where MaxPax is most prevalent. So I haven't really been seeing too much of MaxPax as of late. I haven't been seeing too much of his PVT or PVZ over the past 2 weeks, as MaxPax has been more inactive in PiGosaur Cup this kind of for the past couple of weeks. So I'm curious to see how he plays out this matchup. When it comes to PVT, I would say that early game is in favor of Protoss. We've been seeing a lot of Terran players struggle in the early game. We were going over this when we were casting herO versus Bunny earlier today, and also yesterday as well. When it comes to the PVTs with Classic and with herO and with a lot of the Korean Protoss players, they've been all hyper aggressive against Terran. And if you watched GSL-CK this week, you would have seen Trap all kill the Korean scene. Trap, he trapped the Korean Protoss. He took down Cure, Maru, and Beyond. And Innovation. He took them all down. And if you watch those games, a lot of it was early game aggression. Now, when I say early aggression, I mean proxy pylons, proxy gateways, 3-gate openers, proxy stargates, proxy robot, like a lot of like hyper aggressive early game. And I bring this up just because MaxPax doesn't really strike me as an early game aggressive player. He's very much so like more mid game focused, like mid to late game is MaxPax. And if that's the case, then he's kind of like missing out on like a big part of PVT right now, which is early game aggression. So eyes are on MaxPax. We'll see how he plays. We'll see how he opens up. We'll see how he's embracing the current patch. But I do recommend it if you missed it. We casted GSL-CK. Trap, he all killed all the team Korean Terran. It was crazy. Knocked them all down. But as you mentioned, like it was based off of like early game aggression, a lot of like early game play. Behind this, we do have our 1-1-1 setup here at Akira. MaxPax just going for his own Twilight Council and a Blink. Throws out a second gateway. And from here, we could just go 2-gate Blink into a third. Now, 2-gate Blink has become a lot more stronger in the recent patch. The rationale for this is because of the increased production of regular gateways once you create the upgrade. But oh, never mind. Oh, who is it? Is it me? Oh, it is. That's not good. So earlier we had to leave one of the games between herO and MaxPax. We are having a bit of a lag spike. Hopefully it clears up. Otherwise we will leave the game. For now though, that is the third gateway. That is catching me off guard. So typically if you want to play economic and standard, 2-gate is all you need. Going up to 3 gateways and warping in warp gates tells us that MaxPax wants to be aggressive. And we're expecting a proxy pylon. For now, MaxPax is reinforcing. There it is, yeah. So we're waiting for the proxy pylon. Proxy pylon gets thrown down. Again, 3 gateways here is very abnormal. Very abnormal, so it is going to be 3-gate aggression. It is going to be early game aggression here from MaxPax, and we'll see what he can get done. Now, unfortunately, when it comes to specifically lockdown, we spoke about this in the last game, but 2-base defense is stronger on this map because of this ramp, right? This is not normal. Not every map has this anymore, but having a ramp here does make it more difficult to push in, to push up, and to try to break this position. So this map is going to be favoring Cure when it comes to defensive play. MaxPax, he rotates over. He's looking for a way in. Remember, MaxPax has Blink. Ooh, the Who Station does distract. Bunker's going to be going down. Late reaction, late repair. Yeah, late repair. Bunker does fall. And no tanks. Remember, it's a 3-max. No tanks behind this. SCVs are going to be going down. Nice damage so far here by MaxPax. Yes, 1, 2, 3 SCV kills. 1 Stalker does go down. But these are still better trades for MaxPax. Behind this, third base. Third base is on the way. So 5 SCV kills, lost mining time. MaxPax, it looks like he won't be able to kill Cure, but he is still maiming him. He's still getting a lot of damage. So very nice early game here from MaxPax. Again, Cure, he's cutting corners. He's choosing not to make tanks, right? He chose to go into Marauder and not tank production. Tanks would shut this down, but he did skip them. He chose to skip tank production. At the same time, some auto chat harass, gets 3 probe kills, nice counter damage, getting a couple of probes. But this is a shaky start here for Cure. Shaky. Behind this, charge is on the way, gateway explosion into charge. With our setup here, we'll see how committed Cure is going to be. He's going for his double drop. So far, unscouted. Ooh, spoke too soon. Yeah, spoke too soon. MaxPax, I'll spot this. Cure trying to be active, will not catch a Stalker. But again, the hope was for Cure to get across the map unscouted and to hit the third. Won't happen. MaxPax is racing back home. Cure does at least break out. And he does catch a Stalker. Does get 1 Stalker. Oh, we'll lose a Marauder. Yeah, 1 Marauder goes down. Cure pushing in. There is no battery. Not yet. Yeah, Sims on forward. He gets slowed down by the force fields, and MaxPax will hold. And MaxPax is going to hold. He's going to shut this down. The battery will finish. Oof. And Cure behind this, I believe there's still no 3rd CC. Yeah, there's no 3rd expansion. Cure still trying to be active. But it does feel like he's running out of steam. We'll catch 1 Stalker. Yeah, 1 Stalker goes down. Marauders, they do maintain themselves. And as time goes on, we're taking up. Robo's on the way. Robo's on the way into Immortal production, into Colossus, into splash damage. I'm still waiting to see where Cure takes us. No shot we pull the boys. No shot. Oh! Losing a medevac, losing a Marauder. Expensive losses here for Cure. He's going for the Doom drop. He'll be dropping. Back in the main base, there is energy for a recall. Yeah, there is going to be a recall. As long as we don't chrono boost. True. Army does boost in. There's a recall back home. We'll catch a pylon. We'll actually depower. Oh my god, the Artosis pylon! T-powers everything. It depowers everything in the main base. Mind Shells, they do punish. Better trades here for Cure, at least initially, but now we have Zealot reinforcements. Yeah, Zealot reinforcements have arrived. This army's going to be cleaned up. At the same time, Cure is pushing towards the 3rd. Cure is moving in. Cure is going to be cleaned up. Recall's on cooldown. True. Yeah, recall is on cooldown, and can Cure get into the mineral line? He's close. Yeah, he is close. He does stem in. MaxPax is racing back. And MaxPax only losing 5 workers here. There was potential for more. Yeah, you can see Curie now realized there could have been more damage. Curie was playing it too scared. He was playing it too scared. In the end, MaxPax he holds. He still maintains a stronger economy. Behind this, we have a 3rd CC on the way for Cure, but again, it is very... it's much more delayed, much later. Cure was very dedicated on 2 bases. Very dedicated. And from here, MaxPax is out to expand. From here is on 3, soon to be 4 bases. And there it is. The 4th base is going to be on the way. Colossus production has begun, getting into double Colossus production. It's a lot of Colossi. It's going to be a lot of lasers. A lot of lasers. So what happened to Mana's YouTube? Mana's YouTube got hacked. I don't know how. I don't know what Mana's clicking on. I don't. Este Mana. But did get hacked. Hopefully he's able to recover it. Hopefully. MaxPax is moving in. Again, he's got his Colossi. He's ready. Again, he's He's got his triple Colossus out. Jesus. Getting a fourth Colossus as well. Setting up for a Zelarumbai. And we'll see if Cure can hold on. Once again, his army is very biocentric. Very, very heavy on Marines and Marauders. A couple of Vikings in the mix. A couple. Literally 2. Now 4. Oof. Catching out a Marauder. And Marauder goes down. Colossus, they're slowly gaining ground here. More reinforcements on the way, getting into Archons. I believe there's no ghosts. Yeah, no ghosts, no EMPs. MaxPax is going to move in. He's moving in. Massive swipes on the Marines. SCV is going down. Marines as well. We're getting into the mineral line. Curie just cannot engage, not like this. Oof. And now he goes. The other boys are being pulled. Yeah, boys are being pulled into the Archons. Oh my god. Nice force fields as well. Slowing down the boys, disrupting the army. And MaxPax, he snowballs out of control. He snowballs out of control. He breaks through the main army. GG gets called. And MaxPax, he will take game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. MaxPax will take a lead in the series. Again, Cure had a very rocky start. Very, very rocky. Winding it back, if you remember, Cure, he went for a kind of a 3-1-1 setup. He went for non-existent tank production. He did have a safety bunker on the high ground, but basically Cure was being greedy. Cure, he believed that because of the nature of the map, because of the defensive features, he could get away with just bunker and bio production and skipping tanks. He believed he could get away with it. Meanwhile, MaxPax, he went 3 Blink Stalker. He did recognize lack of tanks and he was able to punish and pick away at the army. Pick away at the army, pick away at the SCVs. MaxPax had the stronger start, and it isn't just that Cure was losing units early on, but this was slowing down the whole purpose of the build. By going into late tank production and rushing into medevacs and mass Marines and mass Marauders, the goal is to be active with early drop play. But because it was bleeding out so many SCVs and so many Marines as well, it meant that his attempted drop play and his attempted aggression was stifled, right? He was just stuck at home, he was delayed. It was just a very, very messy early game there for Cure, and it all just kind of fell apart. GG. GG, well played. Yeah, the whole purpose of that kind of style is to have this like big bio power spike in the mid game, but he never got there. Never quite got there. And here we go, loading into game number 2. Spawning in the right-hand corner of Sanctuary 3, we have the Danish Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Sidestorm Gaming, leading the series 1-0. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Terran player. The red Terran, we have the South Korean Terran for Team Liquid. It is Cure. Let's go. Let us go. Yes, from here we are going to be opening up. And once again, welcome to Sanctuary 3. Just like the last game, there is a ramp coming to the natural. So you can be greedy on this map, but we just saw Cure attempt to do so on lockdown, and he got punished for it. He got punished, so, you know, the temptation is there. We spoke about this last time in the Clem series. This is where mind games come into play. Is MaxPax going to go 3-gate blink again? Is Cure going to try to cut corners again? We'll see. But there's temptation to cut some corners, for sure. As for now, Cure he is going to be opening up. MaxPax he comes over the probe scout just to delay, just to disrupt, to scout. Oh, the jigs. Let's go. They'll sit by. Yo, these are the game probes. They're a menace back. Tasing away at the SCVs. And MaxPax is going to force out a third worker. Okay, thankfully not. Thankfully not. Raxlow's finished. There we go. Third SCV. Does force out a third SCV, but it's fine. It's just a bit of a dance here in the early game. And MaxPax will open up. From here, Curie does scouts. He's just checking for proxies. Bearing in mind that Cure, he's being greedy this game. If you noticed, no SCV scout. No SCV scout, no Reaper scout either. He went Marine first just to scout early on, checking for the proxy locations, and he's going for the CC on the high ground. Economic opener, but a bit of a safer variation with the CC on the high ground. A little bit safer here from Cure. and we'll see what the follow-up is going to be. We don't expect to see the same build 2 games in a row from either player, so less of a chance that MaxPax goes 3 gates, also less of a chance that Cure does go for a 3-1-1 or the 3 racks. Cure is moving in, and Cure, ideally he's looking for the tech. For now, he does check the expansion. Does see the timing. Adepts are moving out. As Adepts are moving out, Reaper can move in. And can we catch some probes? It does poke in. Adepts out of position, racing back home to defend. Workers being forced off the mineral line. And can we get one? Oh, not quite. Yeah, not quite. But again, does deny some mining. Denies some mining. It's still successful damage here from Cure. And behind this, Cure is going for a 1-1-1 with a mine drop. Okay. So he's going for the mine drop. At the same time, we do see MaxPax poking in, trying to get some vision. MaxPax has yet to get into the main base. He's not fully aware of what's going on. For all he knows, it could be like an early tank push. There could be early cyclone play. Does confirm the Widow Mine. Okay, knows. So MaxPax is aware. Behind this, going into Blink. Second gateway into a third. Oh, 3-gate Blink again. Okay. I still stand by what I said earlier, how 2-gate Blink is even stronger and you can just go 2-gate Blink into a third, but the third gateway here tells us that MaxPax, he once again wants to be aggressive. He wants to be active, he wants to fight for map control. I don't think he's going to be as successful as last game, but we'll see. As we have our tank follow-up. Mine drop is coming. Again, a very different opener this time. Just a 1-1-1 mine drop into tanks. Ooh, catching out the first adept. Better pick up out of Cure. As Cure's dropping in. Cure's dropping in. MaxPax is going 3 gates Blink into a third base. This time MaxPax does not set up a proxy location. So it looks like this variation of 3 gate is safer play here from MaxPax. So it's being safer. I believe MaxPax, he saw the tank. Reaper into the main. Gets surrounded. Yeah, Reaper is surrounded. Mine drop is headed for the natural. Not quite. MaxPax setting up for the proxy pylon. He's got his probe out on the map. There's a proxy pylon. Now he can reinforce. But again, he's going for a faster third this time. Oh, and Cure finds it. Very nice. Cure does find the pylon. Cure is aware. Behind this, working towards Stim, building up more tanks. Very secure in 2 bases. This is very standard TVP play. Very, very standard play by Cure. This is kind of the dynamic you expect. Where you have your Sim City, you have your tank, you have your bio army. The downside here is that it does mean that Cure is stuck at home. He's stuck at home until Stim finishes. You have to wait for Stim, combat shields, +1, medevacs. So MaxPax, he tries to poke in, just testing the waters, pulling away. Mine drop goes into the third. And MaxPax, what's the reaction? Late reaction! Oh my god, massive connection. 6 probe kills here at the third. Yeah, late reaction by MaxPax, not paying attention. Will zone away the medevac and will kill the Widowmines as a result. But still a better trade for Cure. Again, Widowmine drops, you expect only 2 kills, 1 for each mine. Here we got 6. Now this could have been more, I don't know if you noticed, but both Widowmines, they did lock onto the same clump, so there could have been more damage here, but regardless, it was still good. Still good, still fine. As MaxPax, the pressure's now on MaxPax. He's reinforcing. Cure being a little bit cheeky here. MaxPax should spot this drop. And he does. Yeah, it does spot the drop at the same time. Raven harassing into the natural, distracting MaxPax. But MaxPax, he should catch the army. Oh, massive loss. Gets 1, gets 2 medevacs. Yeah, 2 medevacs go down. Curie's getting called out. We'll zone this away, but again, he's bleeding out a lot of Marines here. He stims in, he gets 1, 2 Stalkers, but he will lose everything. Okay, thankfully the Marauders do survive. But some rough trades here for Cure. He's broken out, and behind this, 3rd CC. 3rd CC is almost done. I'm not too in love with the trade that we just saw. It was a lot of Marine losses. But he does force MaxPax back home. Kills the pylon at least, so you could argue that was maybe worth it, is breaking out and breaking down the pylon. As now both players are fighting for map control. MaxPax, he does have a backup probe, a backup pylon. Oh, medevac gets caught. Nice catch on the medevac. Behind this, MaxPax working towards Colossus, not Storm. So second Robo, Bay into Colossus production. Raven is distracting. Marine Army gets spotted. MaxPax getting in position. Does have charge, but no Zealots yet. They're just now warping in. Oh, and Curie wants to push in towards the main. Okay. Yes, pushing towards the main base. He's within range of a gateway and a pylon. Is going to be dropping in. I'm loving the minefield that will defend against any kind of Zealot run by and Zealot aggression. But Curie, he needs more in the main. Yeah, he needs more up here. Just now unloading. The Zealots are getting ready for this round. The mines, some of them are not quite in position. Yeah, some of them a little bit too far out. This is decent damage, but we'll see if MaxPax can break it. We'll see if he can break it. Here he comes. Yeah, here come the Zealots. They're going to be diving on the tanks. Stalkers, they blink in. They get 1, they get 2 medevacs. Oh my god, the mine shots. Yeah, massive mine connections. And the Zealots, they're not enough. Yeah, Zealots, they don't break through. And with that, Curie's doing it. Curie, he overwhelms the army, shuts down the Zealots, pushing into the main base. And Curie, he has broken MaxPax. That was MaxPax's moment. The minefield here was worth it. I was concerned about these 2 mines, and they never connected. I was like, they're not in position. They didn't need to be. They didn't need to be. It was fine. Army sims in, crippling the production, pushing in towards the 3rd base. There's not enough to defend. The Zealots will struggle. The mine shots, they pop up. They clean up the Zealots. Curie gets into the mineral line, and MaxPax cannot keep up. Oh, the tank shots though. Oh my god, the tank voice. He gets a Colossus. Yeah, the Colossus goes down. GG gets called, and Cure ties up the series 1-1. GG. Whew. And GG, well played. We tied the series here. Again, a very nice position there out of Cure outside of the 3rd base. Sorry, outside of the main base at the 3rd location. It all came down to that one big fight that MaxPax went for, where he tried to come in for the surround. But again, the minefield was very well set up to protect the tanks, and the Zealot surround, I mean, he didn't get to surround. He didn't get to collapse in. Got shut down by the mines. GG. GG, well played. As from there, Cure did snowball out of control. And again, Cure, he had a bit of a stronger start as well. He didn't try to cut corners. He built up his tanks early on. He was able to build up his army slowly on 2 bases and then break out across the map. He was not all in. He did have a 3rd CC behind it, but he just found so much damage as MaxPax couldn't stop Cure from setting up outside of the main base. He was unable to keep up. And with that, we're going to be loading into game number 3, going to be loading into At Attorney's Edge. We're currently tied up 1-1, and we'll see who takes the lead in this series. Loading into this map here, as opposed to the last 2 maps, there is no ramp coming into the natural, so much more exposed natural base does lead into potentially some more aggression, but it also has a longer rush distance by ground. There's some interesting quirks here. I will say that Cure is going to be pressured to do something similar though. Hyper aggressive 2-base play is what we're expecting. We'll get into it. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of At Attorney's Edge, we have the we have the blue Protoss player, the Danish Protoss, representing Sidestorm Gaming, being forced into a tied series. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the red Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Cure. Let's go. Let us go. Now, this map is an interesting map in the map pool. I would typically say this map is Protoss favored for a couple of reasons. One, Terran players, they want to be aggressive in the mid game, as you just saw. Like, that wasn't an all-in, but that was aggressive nonetheless. Like, you want to be active, you want to be aggressive, you want to have the Protoss fight for their third and fight for their fourth base, and you want to put the pressure on as much as you can. You don't want the Protoss player to gain map control. Once they do, once the Protoss player gets up to 4 bases, they get a 5th, 6th base, they max out, they gain map control, they overwhelm the Terran, they contain them on a low base count. That dynamic of TVP has not changed. So if the Protoss is able to take over the map, then the Protoss can't really do much. Now, the scary thing about at Attorney's Edge is that it does favor whoever has map control even more than regular maps. Why is that? Gold. There's a gold base, and there's not just one, but there's also 2 high-yield gas bases as well. The Terran player should never take this. Like, the Terran player, like, no shot that they can ever, like, take these expansions. These bases, they typically fall under the control of the Protoss in the mid to late game. So the moment that the Terran player loses momentum, and the moment that they're stuck at home and that they can't be active anymore, bam, gold base in favor of Protoss, high yield gas in favor of Protoss, then they max out, they snowball out of control, they just send waves of zealots at you, and it can be a very, very difficult dynamic here. So because of that, there should be a lot of pressure on Cure to be aggressive early to make sure that these bases don't come into play. So for now, double gas. Double gas opener, faster factory. This time, Cure is going for a delayed expansion. So later expansion, earlier tech. Because of this typically earlier aggression, this can lead into, say, Cyclone drop play, Tank drop play, Reaper Hellion, of course. This could even lead into early Cloak Banshee play. Like, you can mix in Banshees, you can go for committed Mine drops as well. The Mine drop opener was pretty good from Cure last game, so we might go back into that as well. More committed with more mines. Cure has options. Cure, he does have options. We'll see. So now MaxPax, he's going to be settling in. Standard open out of MaxPax, nothing crazy. So far, every game, MaxPax has been going 3-gate blink. Game 1, he was more aggressive and more committed. Game 2, he got a faster third. But it has been purely 3-gate blink so far. Again, if we were casting herO, we spoke about this at the start of the series, if you remember. I spoke about how a lot of the Korean Protoss players have been more aggressive in the early game, like with proxy gateways, proxy pylons, proxy stargates, proxy robo, for example, like 3-gate 1-base all-ins. MaxPax isn't really embracing any of that, so that does kind of take a lot of pressure off the mind of Cure as well when it comes to the early game. As MaxPax, he's a little bit more one-note. As we mentioned though, like MaxPax, his main strength is typically like mid to late gameplay. He's a very different kind of Protoss compared to herO, right? Compared to herO, compared to Zaun. Very different. He's more on the Showtime axis, if you will. He's on the So Reapers I pick in. We do have Hellions towards the left-hand side, Reapers towards the right. Reapers are distracting the main. Nice KDA charge. Gets 1, gets 2. And 1, 2, 3 probes going to be going down. Hellions, they get into the middle line. There's nothing to kill. Yeah, there's nothing to kill in the natural. There is no saturation. Reapers, they get cleaned up. And this is still going to be up to 4. Yeah, 4 probe kills. It's not a bad start for Cure. It's okay. For some context, that was 4 probes for 3 Reapers, right? 3 Reapers were thrown away for that, so almost a 1-to-1 trade. The Hellions are still alive. They can still threaten. Behind this, the follow-up is going to be a 2-on-1, so going to be a 3-1-1 setup. Oh, okay. So it's going to be Reaper Hellion into Mine Drop. So we're going for the Mine Drop follow-up. Cure trying to keep up the pace. We'll see if MaxPax can react in time. Now, ideally, you want the Hellions to distract while the Mine Drop comes in, but these Hellions are very low. They're very low on HP, so I don't know how successful they're going to be when it comes to distracting. Oh my god. As they run into Stalkers. I mean, they're keeping them busy. True. Stalkers are being kept busy. Drop is coming in. So drop is... There we go. Hellions, they get cleaned up, and do we react in the main? Oh, he does. Yeah, he does warp in, does react. He pulls into... He's crazy. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. He'll lose 1, he'll lose 2. He'll lose 2 probes. Nothing crazy. Nothing wild. My heart stopped when he pulled into the mine, Pappy. But it'll clean up. Clean defense overall. Did lose some mining time, but it's fine. Only 2 probes going down. Tank is ready back at home, and he's secure at his natural. What about the main? Yeah, MaxPax is looking for a way in. Behind this, Prism is on the way. MaxPax could go for the robo before the 3rd. True. Oh. Did go for the early robo. He can drop into the main. Main base is much more exposed. We have 2 tanks at the natural here. Yeah, Kira now repositioning. Let's reposition. Add-ons are safe, and Kira holds. So as it settles here, I want to say that Kira's in a decent position. He's been able to hinder the economy. The 3rd base is a little bit later for MaxPax because of the earlier tech and the heavier gateway count. So 3-gate blink into the robo into a later 3rd. MaxPax is not out of this yet. You can see MaxPax is reinforcing. And if he sees an opening, he will go for it. So it's going to be looking for an opening. Whether it's a tank, whether it's a bunker, whether it's add-ons. MaxPax is sharking around. We have the warp in here on the left-hand side. Oh. Here, getting a little bit ambitious. It's got to be careful. MaxPax, he wants to dive. Yeah, he wants that tank. Won't get it there. Yeah, he will not get it. Pulls away. Reinforcements from the main. He breaks out, and the observer will spot this. Yeah, big scout with the observer. MaxPax is fully aware. He knows he knows. He knows, Pappy. As Kira moves out, MaxPax is moving in. He's going for the backstab. Ay. We'll snipe the medevac. Medevac goes down. Zelt's into the mineral line. So he's going to be falling, and Kira gets punished for the move out. Yeah, he gets punished. There's a recall back home as well. And that's going to be 3 ACV kills. Curie does not turn around. He commits. We're setting it. Curie's pushing across. Meanwhile, warping into the main. Decent split there with the Zealots. Back at home, MaxPax just has to survive. And Storm is done. Oh, God. Storm is complete. Storm is ready. Curie's all in. Curie's all in. And this goes into what we said at the beginning of the game. Remember how we said that 2-base aggression is going to be expected on this map because late game is 2 Protoss favorite. Oh my God, the storm! No, the storms! He stands in the he stands in the storms. The storms are crazy. They're brutal. With that, the 3rd base may go down, but heavy losses here for Kira. Zelda coming in, and MaxPax, he will completely clean this up. He will lose the expansion at least, but he will clean up the army. Yeah, it cleans up the army. Again, those storms are brutal. Brutal storms. MaxPax, he will lose the entire mineral line though. That's 14 probe kills, so Cure, he still trades okay. Imagine if he didn't stand in the storms. Imagine. Like, Cure, he's in this. He's in this, killed a base and the entire mineral line. Cure's been watching too much Clem. True. Oh. Has MaxPax coming for the counterattack. At the same time, dropping to the main. Viking is ready. This time we have the Viking. MaxPax moving in. He has one storm. Yeah, he has a storm. He's holding onto it. Sniping a medevac. Nice pickoff. Oh, the mine shot though. Gets one. Mine shot goes off. Prism should go down. One more volley. Yeah, it takes out the Prism. Doesn't deny the warp in though. Oof. Yeah, warp in did complete. MaxPax has a massive army. He's holding on to 3 storms. Nice mine shots. Yeah, it's nice mine connections. That's a first storm. There's 1. There's 2. There's 1 left. 3. Ah, that was premature. Yeah, a bit of a premature storm. MaxPax, he's out of storms. Has to back off. Yeah, has to back off. Has to pull away. Cure, he wants those High Templar. He wants them. He gets 1. Ooh, barely not. Clutch save. Clutch morph. It does morph in. He still gets the Archon. Yeah, the Archons, they still go down. Heavy losses from MaxPax. Losing both Archons. We're getting messy. Yeah, we're getting messy here. MaxPax going for the backstab. Meanwhile, nice read here by Cure. He's in position. Can he catch out the Prism? Can he catch him? Oh, he can. It does zone him. It does zone away. Still very tense. Landing of the 3rd CC. he got a third base around all that. That's crazy. He got his third. He can saturate Pappy. And it's still quite tense. Oh, the blink! Yeah, blink gets punished. Cashing out a Stalker. Meanwhile, reinforced with 4 High Templar. That's soon to be 4 Storms. I think there's 3 so far. Yeah, there's 3 so far, but there's about to be 4. Just gathering energy. Prism into the main. Viking. Ooh, they're on move command. No, the Vikings! We're on move command! And now turning around. Mine drop into the natural. Burrow! Burrow the mine! No! Yeah, mine doesn't quite burrow. Kira's distracted. High Templar, they deny the third. Yeah, they deny the third base. Wouldn't mind have been cleaned up. Minimal losses. Again, we're getting very messy. It's a messy game. From both sides. We be messy. Security expands here on the south side. Claiming his third. Secure. I mean, he's building up quite an army. Ghost production has begun. Speaking of ghosts, Colossus also on the way, so both players are taking up. Oh, as MaxPax will take a mine to the face. Storm does graze Marauders more than anything. And Marauders, they lead the charge. They can tank. Nice EP. Very nice EP catching out 1 High Templar, but there's still 3 left. There's still 3 behind this. Gotta respect the Storms. MaxPax getting ready for a counterattack. Going for the run by. There is a bunker ready. Yeah, the bunker is ready. Cure, he still only has 2 Vikings. He wants a High Templar. And he gets 1. Not bad. 1 Templar goes down. Ghosts are moving in. Prism coming in for the counterattack. Another Zealot run by on the right hand side as well. That bunker will defend. But the Prism making its way into the natural. Their units. Wow, their units to defend as well. Prism goes down. Massive pickup. Curie can focus on the main push. They can focus on the push instead. Does spot the Colossus. Ooh, Storm lands. Oh my god. Once again, he takes almost max damage from the Storm. Goes back through it. Army is low. And can he get on top of the Colossus? Does EMP? Another Storm. Another Storm lands. And there's still 1 more Storm as well. That's the final Storm. Brutal connections. Colossus goes down. And in the end, Cure will be cleaned up. Cure is being cleaned up. A very close fight, but MaxPax does hold on. We do have reinforcements, though. Reinforcements are now coming in. Cure, he might still have enough, bearing in mind that MaxPax, the army that he lost, was much more expensive. He lost all the Colossus and most of the High Templar as well. Like, these were expensive losses for MaxPax. MaxPax is down to 2 High Templar. Down to 2. Right, there they are. So 2 Templar here on the left-hand side. Down to 1 Colossus. So 1 Colossus, 2 Templar, 2 Archons. The Viking count is very healthy for 1 Colossus. So plenty of Vikings. We're doubling down into a 2nd starboard. So Curie's going to have plenty of Vikings. It'll help just because MaxPax is going for the 2nd Robo and Curie's backing off. He's backing off, he's pulling away. I feel like there was an opening here to rally and to try to break this position. I do think that MaxPax is very vulnerable at the moment, but Cure decides to expand. That's the main, by the way. The main floats over, Cure is backing off, Cure is expanding. This is giving MaxPax the opportunity to recover and to bounce back in this game. And now he's up to 73 probes. Full 4-base saturation. We are building up. Due to MaxPax kind of stumbling his way into the mid game, though, he can't really apply pressure to the 4th base. Usually you want to apply pressure and you want to hinder the Terran. That's not happening. Oh, we'll take a match up to the face. Ghost going to be coming in. EP lands. MaxPax is being outscaled. Oh, leading out Stalkers. Some expensive losses here for MaxPax. working on +3. He's making 2 Colossus at a time, but the issue here now is that Cure, he has plenty of Vikings. He has 9 Vikings, man. He's fine. He already has a healthy Viking count. This is where instead of Colossus, we will need Disruptors. But it can still be okay if we're able to zone away the Vikings. There are plenty of Stalkers. So it all comes down to the engage, to the angle of attack. Gotta be careful. Vikings, they pull away. Cure, he's about to max out. And again, MaxPax, he has not been able to apply any pressure. He hasn't really been able to threaten the bases, threaten the mineral lines. Cure's defense has been solid. But again, a lot of this comes down to just how messy the mid game has been. Storm does zone. And so far, just zoning Storms. Army coming from the top side. There's a lot of High Templar here with the main army. Storms are coming in. Oh, lands one. Ooh, nice EP. Never mind. Yeah, EP lands, but goes to expose. EP's in the Archons, and a messy angle here for Cure. Yeah, he's being cornered. Cure's being cornered. Storms are coming in. He gets caught out of position, and Cure, he should lose everything here. He does pick up. Yeah, picks up. He pulls away, dropping into the main base. But again, a messy engage from Cure. Getting completely cornered, losing so much supply. MaxPax is recalling. Recalling to the main. Oof. Cure losing a full medevac. Down to 1 full medevac. And you can see again, Cure plummets in supply. He was not expecting the army to come in from behind, so all of his ghosts were exposed. He got locked in. And Cure is hurting. Cure, he's hurting. He's struggling. MaxPax has momentum. He's moving out across the map. And I don't know if Cure can stop him. I'll be honest. Not anymore. Yeah, the Vikings are on their own. They kill the Prism, but that's a waste of 4 Vikings. Oof. That means there's less to do with the Colossus. So messy engage there from Cure. Cure down to 0 Vikings. Ay, ay, ay. And Colossus, they reign supreme. The lasers, Pappy. The Storm as well. Oh, nice EMP. Nice EMP on the High Templar. Colossus, they move in. Storm does land. It zones away the army. Second Storm as well, mainly zoning. Oh, okay, never mind. No, he goes back into the Storm. Yeah, he goes back in. And MaxPax, he should have too much here. He's up to 4 Colossus. And again, there's no Vikings. So the army just subsets forward, it breaks on through, boys are being pulled, desperation out of Cure, and MaxPax, he's snowballing out of control, breaks through the main army, breaks through 21 SCV kills. Zealots reinforce, and GG gets called. GG gets called. MaxPax will take a 2-1 lead in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, a very intense back and forth, very intense, very messy. There were good moments for both players. I would say that Cure, there was a big moment where he had a big advantage. If you remember, I'm referring to the moment where Cure reset the Colossus and reset the High Templar count at the triangular 3rd location, but then he backed off. He retreated. It allowed MaxPax to build back up. I'll say that even post that moment, that Cure still had another big opportunity, but as we mentioned, Cure, he got outpositioned. He pushed on the top side, and we saw MaxPax coming from behind. He came in from behind, he was able to corner Cure, corner him and push him against the wall, and storm the army, come in with the Colossus. Cure got surrounded. GG. GG, well played, so was outpositioned in the end. And with that, we're going to be loading into Washout. MaxPax is up 2-1. He's up 2-1 in our series, and he is 1 game away from claiming the series. Meanwhile, Cure has to fight back here and now to force the ace match. But again, a very intense back and forth, and again, that was just a very messy game in general. Like it was But now we're loading into Washouts. This is an interesting map in the map pool. I mean, I say that there are some unique features to the map, but they rarely come into play. We'll get into it. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Washouts, we have the Danish Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Storm Gaming, leading the series 2-1. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Terran player. We have the red Terran. We have the South Green Terran for Team Liquid. It is Cure. Let's go. Let us go. The probes yearn for the mines. Ah, no. I recall the moment you were referring to. Meanwhile, here we go. We have the early SCV being sent out across the map here for Cure. Sends out the early SCV for what should be an eBay block. Or do we go for the... No, never mind. No block. We're going for the proxy racks. Okay. It's time to spice things up, Pappy. Let's go. And meanwhile, welcome to Washout. Washout is, again, has some unique quirks. There are some hybrid bases. You can see here, half gold base on the south side, here as well, and here. And on the top side, we have some hybrid bases. But I say we rarely see this come into play just because it's quite rare to see late game on Washout. It's typically a lot more like early game and mid game aggression. And we're even seeing that here as well. Now, we do have one gas geyser back at home. We'll see if this is going to be Proxy Reaper or Proxy Marauder. We have the room for the tech lab, so eyes are on Cure. Probe does move in. MaxPax does confirm that the Rax is missing. And it is Proxy Marauder. So Marauders are on the way. Much more dedicated at a Cure. Remember, this is how he knocked herO out of IM Katowice. The last one that we had. That was in the quarterfinals. That image is burned into my memory. But here we go. The Marauders are amassing. MaxPax, he scouts. He's fully aware, and MaxPax is getting ready in the main. Early Zealots. Third pylon in the main base as well. Okay, so MaxPax is aware. He's setting up. So far, we're collapsing on the Marauder. Nice damage, nice body blocking. Oh my god, the probe. The MVP probe. Very nice body blocking. Bearing in mind, this is permanent damage on the Marauder. Is permanent damage. Zealot pulls away, just buying time for the battery, buying time for the Stalker as well. Another folio off here on the Marauder. Gets 2 more shots off. We are building up to 3 Marauders, but one of them is very low already. Very, very low. See if MaxPax can hold on. I thought EMP disabled blink for a couple seconds. What? That sounds crazy. What? Sounds crazy. God no. Maybe that's a thing in co-op? Maybe? That has never been a thing. EMP is an ability that strips away shields and strips away energy. Blink is not an energy based ability. That's why you can EMP High Templar and that can be effective. CP's strip away shields, strip away energy. You might be thinking of Lockdown in Brood War if you're more familiar with Brood War. But even Lockdown is different. Lockdown is like Stasis Trap. It's like a Stasis ward where you can lock down a unit. But regardless, Cure here retreats. Cure, because of the early game defense, which was very, very nice from MaxPax, Cure just races back home. He races back home, the proxy has since failed, and Cure is setting up for his own delayed CC into his own 1-1-1. The game will continue. I would give the edge, though, to MaxPax. I mean, for the most part. Unfortunately, MaxPax, because of his response, his natural base is very delayed. It's a much, much later later natural. Did go for the earlier Robo, now to the Twilight Council. We'll see how our players do kind of evolve here in this game and how we build up into the early game. But it's a very kind of awkward position for both players. So long as they pick in. There's no defensive bunker, so with good enough control, these Marauders, they will go down. Yeah, the tank is still on the way. Deeper falls. Nice pickoff. Yeah, it's going to be a tough hold here for Cure. It's going to be tough, it's going to be brutal. Nobody likes the boys being pulled more than the Colossus squad. True, you're not wrong. They love it, Pappy. Oh. As the tank has arrived and Cure can finally break out. But again, to sustain some losses here. Losing a depot, losing 2 Marines, losing an SCV, and we're not done. MaxPax dropping into the main. MaxPax, he does pull away. Lurks in, pulls away. Back at home, we have Blink in production. MaxPax still doing the best he can to disrupt and to delay the economy. Doing the best he can. So once again does rotate around. Oh. Does pull back, does rotate. Getting to the building SCV. And a Cure he can slowly break out. Stim is still in the way, bear that in mind. Cure is going to be breaking out pre-Stim. Oh. Nice catch on the Observer. Shuts down the Observer. MaxPax trying to get ready for a backstab, and Cure, he'll calm down. Okay. He's going to calm down. Waiting for his Metamax, waiting for Stim. Cure, he is currently contained on 2 bases, but we'll see how hard he commits when he does break out. Meanwhile, MaxPax being cheeky does come in from behind. Catching an SCV. Forcing a cancel. Oh my god, that Raven taking a lot of hits. Takes a lot of damage. And this is all better for MaxPax. Behind this, he's getting a third up and running, fully saturating. Charge is going to be on the way. No splash damage yet. He's going to be reliant on a very heavy gateway composition. Oh my god. Jesus. He's going for a gateway heavy setup. And again, doing the best he can to keep Cure busy. Just keep him busy. Keep him contained. Blink into the main. We can go for the add-ons. Oh. Going for the mineral line instead. Viking tries to zone away. And MaxPax. Oh, he gets caught! Yeah, massive catch here. The Viking should catch at the Prism. Prism goes down. Nice pick up here by Cure. Very nice. At the same time, MaxPax coming in from behind. Gets one Marauder. And we just pull the ball. Oh my god, he goes for it. Let's go. 2 base all in. 2 base all in does pull the boys. Thankfully, no splash damage. The base still in the way, so Colossus will not come into play defensively. It's going to be purely a Stalker and Zealot defense. MaxPax, has he been too greedy delaying his splash damage? Can he hold on without it? We have an Armor Shred. True. There is that Armor Shred. Speaking of, Raven takes some hits. Cure's moving in. MaxPax is in trouble. He was trying to hold on to the ramp, but a Cure, he does make it past. Shred the armor. Huh, he gets it. Ooh, does connect with the Zealots. Yeah, is also going to go down. Tanks are sieging up as well. And Cure's breaking through. Cure is breaking on through, getting on top of the army. He zones away MaxPax. The Natural's exposed. Ooh. Takes out the pylon. Tanks have to push forward. Yeah, tanks are moving in. And MaxPax, he cannot engage. Loving the bunkers. Zealots, they come in from behind though. Okay, gets one tank. One tank goes down. Stalkers, they blink in. The bio army here getting over the Immortal. And Cure's done it. Cure, he has done it. He has broken MaxPax. Takes out all the Stalkers. Takes out the Immortals. The 2-base all-in has succeeded. The Colossus is now finally on the way, but it's too late. It's too little too late. It's too late, baby. It's gonna have one Colossus. Meanwhile, Marines, they bust into the mineral line. More probes going to be going down, losing every single worker here at the third. And GG gets called. Cure, he ties up the series. We're going to the ace match. GG. Whew. GG, well played, as we're going all the way to game number 5. Again, this still goes in line with what we said at the beginning of this game. How it's like, oh, there are these hybrid bases, but we rarely see those hybrid bases taken because typically the game ends by then. It happens here as well. Like, we see a lot of 2-base all-ins here on Washout. I think because players don't want those hybrid bases to actually impact the game or impact the Protoss specifically, and with that, GG. GG well played. Curie does take a lot of control. Again, MaxPax winding it back a little bit. MaxPax, he was being greedy. Hold on. I just disconnected from BattleNet, and hopefully I can get in. Hopefully. No! No shot. I can't connect to BattleNet. It's the ace match, Pappy. Let me in. Let's going on? Okay. Jesus. Okay, we're getting in. No. We get in, but we get in a little bit too late as they have started their game. They are getting into their match. They're getting to the ace match. Oh, what I was gonna say here. What I was about to say was that when it comes to the game itself, MaxPax, he was doing a really great job at containing, at shutting down the proxy, containing his opponent, and MaxPax, he felt like he could get away with delaying his splash damage, going to a gateway heavy start, securing his third base as well, and cutting some corners. In the end, was caught with his pants down by the all-in, by the two-base play. GG. GG. So we'll try to get a clean feed going. As I say, we'll try to get a dirty feed going. We'll do our best. Okay. So unfortunately, they did begin without us. So we will not be able to be inside of the ace match, which means we can't observe or anything like that, and we won't have game sounds. Shout out to Bomyoja. Bomyoja, he... Oh, Jesus. Very bright. Bomyoja, he is, of course, streaming, casting on his own channel in English as well. And the others were able to get in, but unfortunately, we were left out. Smurge, might be Smurge. Again, I don't know what happened, but we just DC'd from Battle.net, so we couldn't get back in time. But it's all good. It's all good. From here, we're going to be opening up, but welcome to Blackrock. Blackrock is a pretty aggressive map in the map pool. I say aggressive. A bit of a longer rush distance by ground, but specifically the third and fourth bases on this map are much more open. They're much more open, they're much more exposed. So trying to defend and trying to be defensive, specifically on that third location, can be quite difficult. Can be quite difficult. So opening up. So we go. Again, from here we're opening up. This time there's no shenanigans, there's no proxy, there's no proxy racks or any kind of early gateway aggression. We're slowly building up. It looks like an economic opener out of Cure for the first time in quite some time, so going for a rack expand on location. Economic start, safety bunker as well, so Cure is being much safer here in the early game of Blackrock. Meanwhile, we do see MaxPax going for his tech of choice, going for a Twilight Council opener. Yeah, it does go for the Twilight Council. From here, we're going to be going into Blink. We'll see if MaxPax does go 2-gate Blink or 3-gate Blink. We'll keep an eye on the gateway count. So we are going to be taking up. It is going to be, I believe that's 2-gate Blink into a Robo, so very safe play here by MaxPax. Or no, so there we go, third gateway as well. So 3-gate Blink into the Robo before the third base. So much more dedicated play here by MaxPax. Getting up to 3 gateways. And once again, MaxPax should be able to gain map control, and it's going to be up to Cure to try to defend back at home and minimize losses. We do see that Cure here is going to be going for the Widow Mine Drop follow-up. We have had some mixed success so far this series from Mine Drops. They've been catching MaxPax off guard at some point or another, but it all depends on whether or not there's something else to distract MaxPax. Speaking of, Reaper Hellion. So Cure, he has to keep this Reaper Hellion alive. Preserve it until the Mine Drop comes in, ideally. We don't want to spend it too soon. He's got to be careful. Meanwhile, MaxPax going for the Warp Prism, again to counterattack. We see MaxPax, he is chasing down the Reaper Hellion, but only with 2 Stalkers. There should be defensive Stalkers in the bases. There should be. As here comes that medevac, jumping into the main base. MaxPax is being distracted. And show us the main. What's in the main? Show us what you got. Yo, shout out to the moopies. Here we go, boosting into the mineral line. MaxPax, he does notice, he does react, and the mine drop should not get much done. Yeah, shouldn't get much done here. I say that, kills 2. Yeah, 2 probes go down. That should not have happened. Should have only been 1. And denies mining for a long time. Oh my god. Yeah, Blink is now complete, so MaxPax, he can minimize losses here. Nice. Oh my god, he catches one of the stalkers. Miscontrol out of MaxPax. Yeah, he blinked too soon. Did blink too early. At the same time, Reaper Hellion delaying the expansion. Does delay the Nexus. So a nice start for Cure. Killing 2 probes, delaying the base, catching out a stalker. There's still 1 Widow Mine left. True. Still 1 mine remaining. At the same time, MaxPax, he does slip into the main. Dropping into the mineral line, catching out 1, 2, 3 CVs. Not bad. I believe there is no stim. Tank trying to reinforce. But, oh, that is 7 SCV kills. Ay. And now we can drop into the natural. Not quite. Yeah, Cure here will defend, but again, some heavy losses for Cure. 7 SCVs. Cure's not done. Oh, okay, so we have mine drop into Banshee. I believe there's no cloak. I believe this is cloakless, just a singular vanilla Banshee. Pokes into the natural. MaxPax is ready. And Cure cannot get in. We do see that the second mine did go down. So it did attempt to drop. Did fall. We can see MaxPax going for a faster bay this time, so he's going for the bay into Colossus production. Cure, he's not going for 2 base all in. You can see the production tab, 3rd CC. So 3rd CC is on the way, so Cure, he's trying to build up into the mid game. MaxPax doing the best he can to contain. Bearing in mind that MaxPax has no real intention of trying to break the position here for Cure. Just contain. Just keep Cure busy. Keep him contained. Shut down drop play while MaxPax techs up. Does blink in. Blinks in, getting an SCV. And does get a worker. Cure trying to break out. Colossus are already amassing. And Cure, he does sneak out on the left-hand side. I don't think the observer saw this. So this may catch MaxPax off guard, as he just spent a warp in. 2 more gates are coming online. What is there at home to defend? It does go for the dive. He does get the tank. Yeah, tank goes down. Can we fill the bunker? Yeah, Cure is a little bit inattentive. Yeah, the bunker's left empty. Does rotate around. And Cure is focusing on the drop. He does him in. Yeah, stims in. There is no recall. Takes down the Immortal. Takes down the Zelts as well. A nice drop here from Cure. But can he get any worker kills? The answer is no. 3 probes. Only 3 probes. So nice defense by MaxPax. At least Cure did catch an Immortal. But he also lost a tank. So once again, a bit of a back and forth. Cure breaks down the right-hand side as well, dropping towards the 4th base. We can see MaxPax, he's trying to respond. Oh, once again, who catches who? Yeah, Cure stems in. MaxPax is in position. Shows some mine shots. Up. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, catching 1 stalker, just 1. Yeah, Cure picks up. Oh, he missed rallies. No, the rally. Yeah, rallies into the army, losing one of the mines. The other does connect. Dropping to the main base, but messy play here from Cure. We're getting messy. Losing a bit too much. Oh, nice depower though. Oh, gee, the Artosis pylon depowers everything in the main. Yeah, 5 gateways depowered. MaxPax even supply bloats as well, and Cure can finally expand. It can finally saturate. 3rd base is not getting up. We see MaxPax coming from behind. A bunker is empty. Gets into the mineral line. But there's no 2nd force here for MaxPax. So we'll get some SCVs. Oh, actually, wait, the Colossus? What are we doing? The Colossus should not be here. Okay, Colossus pulls away. We can see he's going to lose it. No shot. The Colossus! Does he get away? Oh my god, does not. Yeah, Colossus goes down. Now 2nd Colossus does overextend. Once again, though, the tanks are being thrown away. Yeah, both players losing units here. Colossus gets run away, but does get a tank and 2 more Vikings. 17 SCV kills. This is getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. Both players are slipping up, but this looks a little bit more... I mean, this is worse for Cure. This is worse for Cure. Losing far too much here. Bleeding out his Vikings. More SCVs going down to the 3rd. Losing 24 SCVs. Did kill 18 across the map, which is not bad. But MaxPax has a lead. He has the worker lead. He has the army advantage as well. Or at least he retained the Colossus. Here he's going to move out. He's trying to. He's trying to be active. So is MaxPax. And you can see the economy now kicking in for MaxPax, now taking a supply lead. Pushing into the bases. Catching out a Viking. And building a more Colossus. I believe the Viking count is still quite low for Cure. I want to say like 3 to 4 Vikings. So still a very low Viking count. Zealots, they do get into the mineral line, catching up more SCVs. At the same time, the main army moves in. And the Colossus, oh my god, those are thick lasers. Yeah, just locking down the army. Massive swipes here on the bio. Zealots, they collapse in as well. 1 Colossus goes down. There's still 1 left. Yeah, there's still the Colossus. And that's going to be another mineral line going down. 16 SCV kills. Losing so many SCVs. Yeah, Curie's trying to hold on. And he will get the Colossus. True. They'll snipe the Colossus. But the problem here is that Curie, he needs to counterattack. He needs to be active. We need to do something about the economy of MaxPax, and I don't think Cure can. Not like this. As MaxPax is coming in from behind. Looking to collapse on the army. Zealot run by as well. And the issue here is that MaxPax is freely expanding, right? MaxPax is getting a 5th expansion as we speak, getting more upgrades, enjoying his economy. Cure is basically all in. Yeah, he's all in. He's pushing right down mid. Cure is going to lose his 3rd. At this point, it doesn't matter. Like, it's all or nothing. Cure, he cannot defend. Stims across the map. Gotta keep going. MaxPax moving in. We're going for the base trade. We're going for the base trade. This is the best chance here for Cure. Commit to the base trade. He will get an economy. He will get a mineral line. But again, there's still so many more bases out there for MaxPax. That's the big issue here. There are so many Nexi out there. Cure, he attempts to evacuate. Pulls away some SCVs. Does catch a Colossus. Shuts down the Robo. Again, these are some decent pickoffs here, but the main army is still in favor of MaxPax, and he still has a base mining as well. 2 bases mining. Can't say the same about Cure. As Cure, we have the Great Migration. Cure lifts up all the buildings. He's trying to pull out. Oof. Yeah, lifting up his CC, lifting up his Raxes, floating away. Cure scans top left. He does find 1 Nexus, but I believe Cure is not aware of center right. He's not aware. There's a world where maybe he can try to kill the buildings, but you can see that MaxPax is actually moving in that direction. Yeah, he's racing over. He's racing back home to engage with the army. MaxPax heavily supply blocked and no production is powered. True. I would want to see just unit tab. Like, what kind of army do we have to work with here? How many Colossus? As Curious pushing top left. 2. Okay, 2 Colossus. Zealots do collapse in. Liberator's late to siege. Yeah, late to siege up. Liberator's going to go down. Vikings as well. GG gets called. Curie gets cornered. And MaxPax, he will claim this series 3-2. And MaxPax, he will be this week's PiGosaur Cup champion. GG. GG, well played. MaxPax, he will claim the series. Again, do apologize that we weren't able to get into that final game. We just disconnected, so they started without us. But regardless, shout out to Bomioja for providing that feed as well. So big shout out to Bomioja as MaxPax does claim the series 3-2 to become our champion. Again, when it comes to that game, we did see a very chaotic kind of early to mid game there from both Cure and MaxPax. Cure, he was bleeding out a lot of units. He was also catching some Colossus as well, but it got very chaotic. It got very, very chaotic and very, very messy. A lot of these games were kind of in that way. We're along that vein, and in the end, MaxPax barely takes down Cure 3-2. GG well played. A fun back and forth, though, a dynamic setup here. Congratulations to MaxPax. And when it comes to this event as well, it wasn't just his finals going to the ace match, but also a big shout to Clem for, you know, playing Terran for the first time in over a year. It's been like a year and a half, a year and 8 months since Clem has played TVT. So this week he's been dipping his toes into TVT. I don't know how long that's going to last. I'll be honest. I don't know. I mentioned this before. I don't know if he if he's going to commit to that or not. I would imagine the next hotfix might have might tell the tale there, whether he will commit to Protoss or Terran when it comes to versus Terran. So we'll see if he does return to TVT or not. But it was exciting to see that nonetheless. Likewise, we were also able to feature herO earlier in the broadcast in that PvP and TVP as well. Do you recommend it? Do you recommend the VODs? Do check it out. Let's go. Doesn't say ground toss is cooked on Reddit. Reddit, it's very rare that anything of value comes out of Reddit. So, yeah. And be careful, because spending time on Reddit also decreases your IQ. So, so be careful. Be careful. No. Cuidado, papi, cuidado. But GG well played. With that, again, MaxPax, he does claim the series. And with that, we're going to be wrapping up with our morning broadcast. Meanwhile, if you want to check out more of our content here and more of the CranKy Ducklings, also, before I get ahead of myself, this event is a weekly tournament. Every single week, we do have the PiGosaur Cup. Usually, Pig is covering this series as well. Usually, he's live on his channel. But this week, Pig, he is unavailable. But he should be back next week moving forward. Should be back. And usually it's covered by like ourselves, Pig, Bomioja, Dave Testa, Enki, Pacheca, sometimes Rocklets as well. Some of the other community casters. As you can see here, MaxPax took down YoYo early on, took down herO in the semifinals, and took down Cure in the grand finals as well. Now, when it comes to the rest of our tournaments here and the rest of our schedule, we're going to be live later on tonight. That's going to be in around 6 hours. In 6 hours' time, we're going to be live with the podcast. That is our weekly talk show where we talk all things StarCraft. There's a lot to discuss here this week. Let's have a look here. I know that the SC Historian had an interview with Rainer at Homestory Cup, so we're going to be covering the interview with Rainer. We're going to be covering the Funker interview. Cyril had an interview at My Source of the Game. Comeback TV, they did release a preview of the Comeback Kid, which is honestly really cool, so we're going to be discussing that. The Archon Studios, they did release an AMA regarding the StarCraft Miniatures game, so we'll be discussing that as well. And of course, we have big events wrapping up, like RSL was over the weekend, GSLCK wrapped up this week, the Crank Gathers group stage, and more content. So plenty of content, plenty to discuss here tonight on the podcast, so you can check that out. Otherwise, when it comes to our tournament coverage, Thursday evening, we're going to be live with Kung Fu Cup. We have Kung Fu Cup Thursday evening. We have Crank Gathers on Friday and Saturday. That is a big StarCraft Evolution Team League match with Basilisk and Team Liquid and CRHB and Onside. All the big teams are competing in the Crank Gathers tournament. That's going to be on Friday and Saturday. And we have our tournaments over the weekend. MSO on Saturday, STC on Sunday. So plenty of content on our schedule, as you can see. Again, up next, the podcast in 6 hours' time. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We do appreciate it. If you want to support us, you can follow us here on the CranKy Ducklings, !socials in the chat. You will get a link to our socials page, to our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord, all things CranKy Ducklings. We do upload on YouTube on a daily basis, so if you want some more content, plenty of content over on YouTube. Again, we do cast more StarCraft than anyone else out there, more than Wardy, more than Steadfast. We have the quantity, and we have a little bit of the quality. And to be fair, when it comes to the quantity, we are slowing things down a little bit. As you can see, usually for the past like 4 years at this point, we're usually live twice a day, every single day. But this year, we're easing up on it. We're easing up. Instead of 14 casts a week, I believe we have 11 casts this week instead. So we're intentionally just like easing up a little bit, slowing things down, just so we have more time to breathe. More time to breathe, more time to rest, instead of 2 casts a day every day. So again, 6 hours. 6 hours is our next cast. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. We do appreciate it, and we'll see you guys next time, whether it's for the Podcast, or Kung Fu Cup, or Crank Gathers, or the Wardy TV Monday, or PiGosaur Cup, or our tournaments. Whatever it happens to be, we'll see you there. We'll see you there for it. Otherwise, we're going to be wrapping up here for the time being. I might just go live on my personal channel for a couple of hours. I did say yesterday that I did want to try to stream a little bit more. Because we cast so much, I rarely have time to stream, despite the fact that I enjoy laddering, I enjoy playing StarCraft, but I haven't had a proper ladder session in like a year. It's unironically, it's been a long time since I've been able to actually ladder properly, so I'm going to try to force myself to play a little bit more and to stream a little bit more, so we'll go live for a little bit. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, thanks for the support, we appreciate it, and we'll see you guys next time. Till then, hasta luego. Oh, if you want to support us, you can do so via Patreon. Our Patreon does fund our tournaments on a regular basis. You can support us over on Patreon. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Until next time. Ciao, bye, ciao. Until next time.